much did you weigh on stage?
Well, heavyweight is you have to be under 225. So
Mm.
for weigh-ins on Thursday, I was 224. By the time I hit stage, like 235, like
Oh
235.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. In the previous year, I was 245, but I felt like my condition could be better. But you got to be careful with the condition thing, man. If you're not like if you don't have like hottie skin, you
Mm.
start chasing hottie skin, you just you just look smaller, right? Like
You
so.
didn't like your look?
I actually preferred my look this year, even though I
Okay.
know I didn't look as muscular, but I like the conditioned look, man. I like
Mm.
if I'm not in that kind of like if I feel like I'm not in pro level condition, I feel like I'm not working hard enough or I'm leaving some on the table. Like oh I didn't, I didn't actually do my best. That's how I be. But you can't always focus on condition. As crazy as it sounds. Sometimes you
Where
have
did you
to.
place?
Well, last year I was third in supers. I dropped to heavies, and I was second quad so I was in the middle of second quad so there was I think six guys, so that would put me seventh, I believe. Obviously,
Mm.
there's more guys in heavyweight than supers, but I don't think that was the issue with placement. I think the issue is I'm too tall to be in
Heavy.
heavies. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So that's one thing. I mean, I've seen it done before though. I've seen taller guys. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've seen taller guys do well in heavies, but it's not a common thing. It's not a common thing.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go back up and give it a run, but I'm not somebody who's in a rush at all as far as that kind of thing. Is if you don't have the like, what are you in a rush for? Right? You're in a rush to get a pro card, and you look nothing like a pro. So you just okay, well, and then nothing really happened. And I do understand having a pro card does give you like some respect, but nowadays maybe not. Maybe only if you look the part, yes. But if you don't,
Mm.
I don't think anybody cares. I don't think anybody cares. Hey, you're pro, but you don't you don't really look like it. I don't
Not if you don't look it, no.
exactly. So it's one of those things.
Mm.
How you been, brother? Anything new with you?
Good. A lot of action, a lot of action work,
Mhm.
new companies. It's good. It's been good. Everything's good. Bodybuilding's been really good now lately. Yeah? There's a lot of action.
Man,
Bodybuilding's really exciting now, huh?
it is actually. Actually, let me just pull this up since we're talking about it. But let
Have
me
we
pull this up.
started now, or are we waiting for them?
We're gonna start. Yeah, we're gonna start. They'll just jump in, but we're not gonna start with the reviews. I just want to pull this up. Did you see the video Joe posted?
Yeah,
Uh,
about what happened? You mean,
no,
or you
no.
mean how he's looking now?
How you looking now?
No, I haven't
Let me
seen
see.
it.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky. It's pretty freaky. I mean, listen, I think everybody knows Joe's a freak, but
Yeah.
um, until you see it in person, I don't think you can fully grasp how insane he looks. Like he has muscle on top of muscle. I honestly felt like he was a little bit too full. You know, I know they don't eat a lot, but just for his own body. I don't think he needs to be full, man. He's so muscular that when he's full, he doesn't look as shredded as he should be. He's almost better flat because he's so muscular.
That's crazy. So he said in
Yeah.
his video that they figured it out what they did wrong as he
Uh-huh.
kept posing or something. What did he mean by that?
The way I think he was referring to the way he was hitting his poses because I see him hitting his poses a little different here, and it actually does look better.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't ask him, but I actually hope he jumps on because I kind of want to ask him what he meant by that. Um, but from the outside looking in, right? What do you feel like he could have done to beat um or to come in second and beat James, but maybe potentially.
Because you got to remember one thing. This is the new James, yeah?
Hmm.
Uh, I was in Portugal. I was there live, eh?
Worry about it. Yeah.
And with him and Jordan, it was close. You know, I didn't have James winning, but it was close. And remember,
Hmm.
Jordan is what is he? Top 12 at the O and beat Joe at last show, huh?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And then in where was he? China. I had him. I would prefer James over Tabani that day
Hmm.
because he was bigger and was in better condition and he had better balance between legs and upper body than Tabani. And remember, Tabani's what, top 11 at the O, one spot higher than Jordan.
I mean, Tabani, that's not like flat like last year, is for sure higher than that. But yeah,
Yeah,
last year
but
he was higher. He was I think
yeah, but
11, but
Tabani was also off at the O, remember?
he was quite a bit off actually. He was quite a
And he
bit off.
still got what, 11th?
Hmm. I mean,
So,
Tabani on is minimum top eight, I believe. I think that Tabani is that good, and but I actually agree with you. I felt like James had him. I'm not saying James will beat 100% Tabani, but
no,
that
but that
day,
day.
exactly. Same with Joe. I don't respectfully. I don't know if James beats 100% Joe,
Hmm.
but I do believe he deserved second at this show. But
So James was even better than he was at China in Tampa.
that. That's what people are saying about. I feel
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to compare lighting because as good as the Tampa lighting looks, they look full and round and nice like the Iron Man, but they don't look as shredded as they are, I believe. But they look big and full with the Tampa lighting.
Because
Let me pull up here.
Tyler's feedback, yeah, was
Uh
something
huh.
about posing. Remember to James that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
needs,
Uh huh.
and he changed those posings for Tampa,
He did. He did. Hmm.
so he probably looked even better, maybe because of the posing, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I can see that. But James, let me see if I can put James. Uh, I don't know what he figured out, but he's able to come in with the size that he's always had, but hard as well, and that seemed like to be the hard part for him to get both. And like he feel like he figured it out, man, because he's shredded. He is shredded, you know.
So I spoke to the coach, and what he said, that's his friend, yeah, Zach.
Hmm.
He said the problem with the other coaches before him, they were pulling him down to become this aesthetic guy to try to make him have a waist, like with six pack and everything, yeah?
Yeah,
And he don't have that. So he kept him big the entire prep. He didn't drop him down to the 250s like the other coaches were doing.
yeah,
And then he lost his look. So he kept his weight high the entire time. He came in around 270,
yeah.
and he played on his strength, not his weaknesses, because you can't get James to look like Sean Roden. That's not going to happen, bro.
No, no.
No.
This is why coaching is so hard because you can adapt, but everybody does have like some kind of rough method. And for some people, it goes out the window. You can't do it. Most people, I would say, at least let's say at least 50% of people, if you bring them down pretty low and then fill them
Yeah.
out, they look good. They look good. Some people you can't do that.
No.
Some people you have to bring them in flat on purpose. Some people you have to keep them full. Some people you really can't try to push condition. Like you said, especially if you have like body parts that don't have separation, like his abs,
Yeah.
you can't try to get the abs. You're just gonna ruin it. Same with like glutes. If you're somebody who doesn't get shredded glutes, if you chase it, you're gonna ruin the
Mm.
rest of your body. If Samson tries to get Joe glutes, it doesn't go well. You just have to be like,
Mm.
this is what I have. I have things that he doesn't have as well, right? He doesn't have my shape inside. Well, he has his side, but he doesn't have certain things that I have. So as long as you play your game, you should be fine. It's just hard to because you want to match this person's condition or this person's size, but you got to play your own game.
And remember, each coach that James had the last 2 years, he only had for a month or two. Huh? So it's not like they know his body. But this new coach has known James for 10 years, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. You see, with the coach thing, I understand why people don't like the changes, but I will say this: you can get a feel. You can get a feel. It has to be kind of close, right? Like you can't say, yeah, he should just work with him for the next 4 years to figure it out. It's like, bro, I'm 37. I can't
Bro,
I
that's
can't do
not going
that.
to work for James. He's
You
how old
know?
is James? 38 around there?
Yeah, I think he's
Gotta
like
be.
3 years, at least 4 years older than me. From what, but yeah,
Yeah,
he
of
has to
course.
be
Yeah.
about the. So it's one of those things like, okay, let's say if they were a little bit off in China, but like, whoa, this isn't his all time best, but it's close. Good, give him some more time. But if I'm being honest, like some of the in the past couple of years, some of the shows he's been like pretty like way off. Like something
Did
like
you think that? Have you ever seen a bodybuilder resurrect your? Remember, he was like sixth place in Poland, bro, last year. It was
yeah,
horrible.
yeah, uh-huh.
Have you ever seen anyone resurrect their career like this ever? I haven't.
S- s- Somebody go from their best to their
Go from
worst.
the worst, like he's been the 2 years, to this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, not like because
No,
sometimes like I've seen like Bonac come back, but
no, but he was
I
always an Olympian, bro.
that that's what I'm saying, and I wouldn't say he's better for sure than his best. I would say some parts maybe are better, but I think James is like for sure better
Yeah.
than like 100% better than he was, but bigger and harder.
Mm.
I don't think I have. Not at your late 30s, unless like you said, unless you were already like Dexter had a little dip, but he was Mr. Olympia, had a dip, and
Yeah.
he's back to so that's a little different. But that would be like Bonac going back to like second place, like that would be like
At the O,
holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this is like, yeah, this is for sure his best. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
No.
it. I think a lot of it is mental too. There's this weird thing in bodybuilding when you start and you're like fresh, you don't know a lot. There's no pressure. You kind of do well if you have the genetics.
Yeah.
Then you make it too complicated. Then it's like, yeah, I gotta
Mm.
do this and do that, and I need better coaching and better equipment, and then and you do that for some time, and you almost either don't get better or get worse. Then you get
Mm.
to a point where you're mature enough to be like, okay, I love bodybuilding, but I already have a career in this. I make money from the sport. I don't need to to put everything on this. I'm not gonna be a Mr. Olympia one day, any of that. But I want to be my best. Then you just
Mm.
relax. You chill. It's fun again. It's like you're 21 again, and then you look to be your best. You find a way to look your best. And I think he's at that point where he doesn't seem all stressed out or nervous or anything. He was still coming on podcasts all the way into the show. He just seemed really chill. He was his friend, and it has to be sustainable. It has to be sustainable. So when you're with your friend like this and it's fun, it's not like, you know, I think there has to be that aspect. You have to enjoy it. You start bodybuilding because you enjoy it. If you don't love it, it's hard to be your best when it's like just a
Mm.
job. So it seems like he's reached that point and it is great, man. Everybody loves James too. Nobody has a bad thing to say about James.
And
So
it's good because now he can get better Well, he has sponsors, but now they can pay more. And
mhm.
he just had a kid, yeah. And this is the end of his career, so this is the time to make some more money. You're not going to make more money when you're messing around sixth place in Poland, huh?
Exactly, exactly. And it seemed like in his head and everybody's head, he seemed like he had maybe 2 more years or so to go. Now, I
Yeah.
mean, if he
Now you
keeps
don't
looking
know.
like,
He might have 3, 4 years left, yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I will say this, it might sound crazy, but I think bodybuilding is getting safer. Like people are smarter with like I know some people don't think so. I know some people think guys are taking like 5 grams of stuff, but I don't believe that to be true. I think people have found a way to make bodybuilding healthier. People are more recovered. People's training are different. So I actually believe you can keep your body if you keep your body internally, externally healthier. I believe you can bring your best looks into your 40s, and we're seeing it.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
seeing
we're
guys.
seeing that now, yeah.
You used to have to be like an anomaly to
Mm.
actually be even anywhere close to your best or even toward the top at that age. Now it seems like a lot of the top guys are close to, if not in their 40s, you know.
I think it's healthier for the top guys, but I don't think it's healthier for the 20-year-olds. Because if you seen how
No,
they're
no,
looking
no,
now, bro,
no,
they're bro. Have you
no.
seen? I'm not gonna say he's doing a lot of crazy things, but have you seen Anton at 22, the classic guy? This is not even possible, bro.
Yeah, like obviously he has it. He has the obviously he has the genetics, but I don't think we can act like that's like normal. Like you have
Bro, yeah,
genetics
but
and
like
you're gonna.
around in the gyms, there's a lot of 22-year-olds now that I talk to. They're on 2 grams a gear, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Easy.
no, for sure. Yeah, the I think the younger crowd, I think they're for sure starting earlier than ever, for sure.
This
Um,
guy is next level, huh?
a
Bro,
hundred percent.
look at it. Look at that shot. Look at this. And this is 8 weeks out still to go with conditioning, bro. Look at his glutes. Bro.
I mean,
Woo!
realistically, as crazy as this might sound, yes, he have to be bigger, but he would do well in open bodybuilding literally next year because he's already in contest shape for most people,
Incredible.
and yeah, and he's way over classic weight right now, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
He
think
needs
I
to
agree on
lose.
that.
He needs to lose 12 pounds to make weight.
That's crazy. Yeah, he doesn't have 12 pounds of body fat. Yes, that's insane. You know, this is this. Is this the
Oof.
best 20? Is this the best 22-year-old we've seen?
Because
Besides,
Dallas McCarver didn't look this good at 22. He was a big guy, but he didn't look
no,
like this.
he definitely not. I still because at that time, me and Dallas had the same coach at that time. It was John
Yeah.
Reagan, and I remember him at 21 when he turned pro. He was big, but he
Big, but
wasn't.
not like this.
No, no.
No.
He actually didn't win that show. The Masters guy actually won that show, but they gave
Yeah.
the Masters guy the pro card of Masters. But he was big, but he didn't have these lines. He didn't have the conditioning,
I
none of
remember
that.
Trey Brewer. He didn't have this type of lines. He was 21. Remember Trey Brewer, the American Freak?
Yeah, yeah.
But he didn't
He
look
was
like he wasn't
a freak.
balanced like this. Yeah.
No, no. He was a freak, but that the size is only one criteria. Like down to the skin, like the way the skin wraps around the muscle, it's all important. It's all important. This is more like Cody Montgomery 3.0, like a
Better,
bigger, yeah, bigger, better
much
Cody
better.
Montgomery. But like the way the muscles insert and fill out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
But
it's
this one
better.
is,
Stop that.
oh, of course, yeah, because Cody wasn't freaky. Cody
No,
was
no.
like he was polished. It was just polished. Like this is
Yeah.
perfect. But this is like polished. But you see the freak potential. You see like this guy could actually be a freak, and I
This
think he
is
could
like
be.
remember Rich Gaspari when he was 21, 22, you know, Sean
Yeah,
Ray,
yeah.
23, when they were at the Olymp. This is this type of level, correct?
I agree. I agree. I think the only bodybuilder at 22 that was this good, honestly, was Lee Priest. If I'm being honest.
Lee Priest, Rich Gaspari, these guys, yeah.
Which, yeah, yeah. I think that's super rare.
Lee
But
Labrada, wasn't he also very good in the beginning?
he was too. He was too. You know. But
Oh,
yeah. At this age, this is insane. I don't even know where to go from here because he can't stay in classic. I don't like. I
no.
mean, he could, but I don't think that would be holding back like so
Is he
much
a
more
young
potential.
Martin Fitzwater? You remember Martin when he was 22, 23?
Yeah, he was actually really impressive. He didn't get the attention because because he didn't start in classic, so he didn't get to go straight to the pro ranks, right? He had to like build and build and build. But yeah, I think shit. Martin was top four at 25 years
He
old.
was
So I
because
mean,
Martin is only 28 and he's been in the game for like 5 years already.
yeah, yeah. And honestly, Martin could be even further up if some things didn't happen. He could be even further up than that. If I'm being completely honest, Martin is somebody who slept on because maybe by choice, maybe because he kind of goes away sometimes. But Martin, that's a future Mr. Olympia. Like he has that potential, and we don't talk about that enough because we forget how young he is. 'Cause everybody is like
I
40,
know.
you know.
But the problem with Martin now, I speak to him, is that he's distanced himself from the game now. And the less you post, fans, they want to
Yeah,
see something, they're loyal, but when you don't post, you don't do interviews, you just post throwbacks. Um, you're gonna watch
Yeah.
Nick Walker. You're gonna watch Joe doing 14 interviews before a show. You're gonna watch
Yeah, yeah.
Andrew Jack. Well, Andrew's not posting much either, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
fans want to
but
see something, bro.
I feel like Andrew kind of had a way of being mysterious that works for him,
Yeah,
but that
but
doesn't work for it
no,
doesn't
that
work for
doesn't work for
everybody.
everyone because
It is.
Andrew's a freak. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a different kind of freak.
yeah,
It's different. Yeah, it's different. I think Martin needs to do social media, but
yeah.
for his own mental health, right now, this is probably the best. But after the Olympia, if he could, keep rolling with it, he'll be fine either way. But yeah, that I do want to say to some extent that can play a part when you're trying to be Mr. Olympia.
Mm.
Because you do want to have your name out there. You want to be marketable. Physique wise, man, he has it in spades. Um, what he
You
can
don't.
do,
Yeah. Mm.
because I'm starting to see what he means by the negativity in bodybuilding media. I don't think it's always on purpose. I think some people do it on purpose, but sometimes it's more the fans sometimes, but not the real fans.
No,
There's like, people say they want bodybuilding to be mainstream. I don't like mainstream because they think they get it and they're part of it, but they don't. Like
no,
the casual followers, they see the top guys and they're like, oh, this guy is shitty. Look at his waist. Like they look at this. Oh, he's fat. And it's like, what are you talking about? Because they don't understand how this works. So I think that's what makes the media seem negative, more the fans. I think when people post, I don't think the people posting other than a couple of pages are trying to be negative. Like beyond the
give me some
stage,
pages that's negative. Give me two.
we all we all know. I mean, Muscle Discord, that's like his niche. I'm at a point that I'm not even mad at it because somebody has to do it, So I'm not even mad at it anymore. It annoys me sometimes because I think because a lot of these guys are my friends, so I think that's why it annoys me. But somebody has. I get it. Somebody does have to do that. We don't need more. We don't need more people to copy that though.
But
But
he's
at
a
least like,
but he's
mhm.
funny though. He is funny. If you can look at it as fun.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you
You
seen have you seen him and Phil Clayar when they go all in on their show?
no, no.
Oh, they go all in, man.
You know what it is? I kind of feel like I'm too close to the athletes now
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
that it bothers me. But if I'm just being a fan, like a fan of the sport, I do feel like remember when we had Nick Trigili, the bodybuilding BS,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like everybody hated it, but none of us could stop watching. We
But
could
Nick is a little bit more politic. He's way more politically correct than Discord, though, because
hmm
Nick
hmm
had his limits.
Yeah, even Trigili had his limits. So I'm at a point where I don't mind it. But you know why? Because every once in a while I'll see a post and I'm like, I actually respect that. That one I actually respect. So I can't be offended every time it's my friend. And then sometimes so I'm like, at this point, I'm like, you know what? It is what it is.
Mm.
So, but yeah, but somebody bodybuilding, like who is bodybuilding? I don't know who runs that. They want to get shock value, but even that, sometimes I've learned too from social media because I'm somebody who never goes for shock value, but you don't get the eyes. Sometimes you need to get the eyes in order to promote the good as well. So it is a balance. Like beyond the stage, he's always positive, but he knows how to clickbait a bit because he realizes nobody's gonna watch if it's just like, you know. So it's like I get it, I get the method, and I think he always means well. I think Beyonce always means well, but sometimes the posts do negatively affect the athlete still.
Oh, of course, tons of it. It's
You
a lot
can't.
of clickbait, but that's just how it is, yeah. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing brilliant for his own brand. As you see, he has tons of sponsors, so it's working for sure.
Exactly. But like the way you do it,
Mm.
you still get views, but you're only gonna get the views from the real fans. That's the
Mm.
that's the only that's the only problem. So it's like you don't mind because you don't care about clout. You actually
No,
just love this.
yeah,
But you would for sure get more eyes if you try to spice it up. But then it's like that's not you. Then it would be
no,
like, I don't think
because
you're
I
somebody
don't
who.
do the clickbait or the negativity because And also, what's so good about it? You know, remember when you done it for so long as I did with only positivity, and I also talked to all the guys, and so it is also about bodybuilding is for changing lives for the positive. You know, that is
Hmm.
bodybuilding. So for me to get some extra clickbait or some negativity to get an extra sponsor here and there, it's not worth it. And you got to remember, in the beginning, I didn't get anything, but now.
Hmm.
Though I'm sponsored by Blackstone, I'm sponsored by Limited Peptides. I have 8 commentary jobs this year for official
Mm.
streams. I did the
Oh
Arnold
yeah.
Classic hosting this year. I'm going to do it hopefully again next year. I done Olympia tours. You know, all this wouldn't be possible if I did clickbait or negativity. You know, it wouldn't work.
That's the thing
That
people get
means more to
misconstrued.
me than money. You know.
We've been in the industry long enough to see both sides. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get there quicker, way quicker if you do the
Yeah.
negativity. But how many of them are still here? Right?
None.
Literally none.
None.
So it's like bodybuilding BS, same thing. Your page gets taken down. People are like mass reporting your page because it's just so negative. And then even Leo and longevity, he started off positive, growing slowly, then he went negative, grew fast, but he passed away, so it's a little bit different. But even that would eventually people just like get tired of it. You're on the long game. It's like Fuad, he played the long game. He kept it about the athletes and promoting them and keeping it positive. And he gets the commentator jobs and sponsors. It just took longer, but that's okay. That's okay. So I would prefer it be the way you do it, but I also understand everybody has their place, and that does make it fun, though. I'm not gonna lie, because every once in a while, most of the time I'm annoyed, but every once in a while I'll see something and I'm a little bit entertained. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like,
I'm
okay,
more.
club.
I think it's fun because it's so shocking
Mhm.
that I would never imagine doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like, whoa. You know, it's like watching porn with your girlfriend or something. It's not
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
You know, but you
It's like,
you know, this is. But beyond the stage, he's killing it. Yeah, bro. Even
yeah,
though it's a little bit like this click thing, but do you see how much sponsors and also legit sponsors he's getting, like Gymshark and
yeah, yeah.
Gymshark? Aren't they the biggest clothing brand in the world? Has to be for
Billion,
bodybuilding.
billions, but
Yeah,
billions. They're different level. They're different level, you know. But
he's killing it. You know.
the good thing is he seems like a really good guy.
Yeah,
So, and he seems to really love the sport, you
yeah.
know. So, I think if we have that, we're
And
solid.
also,
We're
he
solid.
unlike for me, I have the biggest bodybuilding page for girls, so I cover bodybuilding, figure, women's bodybuilding, and women's physique. But he's also covering. He doesn't cover much of that, but he's also covering fit model, bikini,
Physique. Yeah.
men's physique, you know, and there's a lot of people, maybe not us, but
Hmm.
other people, it's part of the sport. Yeah? So he has a brand new revenue with this fit model. So he has all these coaches paying him, and these suits companies paying him, and now board shorts companies paying him. So, you know, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
great for him. And he also likes the I've been to shows with him, and I can see he likes fit model. He likes bikini, you know. I like men's
yeah.
physique. I like men's. Do you like men's physique?
I do now. You know, I think I think if you really love the sport, it's hard to not appreciate good physiques regardless of division.
Fit
You
model is
know,
a little bit hard though.
I don't really understand it yet, so it's hard to.
I
But it,
commentated in Portugal 48 fit model girls, bro. It took 1 hour and 30 minutes to prejudging for one class fit model, and there's no
oh,
criteria of muscle or condition.
yeah, that makes it rough. Because because when bikini came out, we were like, huh? But bikini got to a point now they have enough muscle
Yeah, yeah.
that we can use these terms and
And
fuller
conditioning
and
and
flat.
glutes and
Yeah. But
hamstring drop, and you have something to look at. Yeah,
exactly, so that makes it hard. But I'm at a point now that I love bodybuilding, so I want it to grow in every facet. So
yeah.
at this point, I'm never gonna be like this division, this. I'm gonna be like, hey man, people like it. You know, is it kind of a different culture? Obviously, fit model culture is gonna be different from hardcore bodybuilding, but who else do we have if not us? We have to look out for each other. We have
Yes,
to look out
agree.
for each other. That's
Mm.
also why the negativity for me is like, you don't want the athletes to hate you. Some of them are sensitive. Let's be honest. Some of them are a little too sensitive, maybe. If you're a top guy, people are going to talk about you. That's the whole
Yeah, yeah,
point
of
of being a
course.
top guy. But respectfully, like people shouldn't want to beat you up every time they see you.
No.
You know, nobody wants to be. Nobody going to beat you up because you like, 6'5".
Yeah, I'm
But
getting make that 6'6", bro. I'm
oh,
6'5", but when you say 6'6", you always add an inch up. You don't
yeah,
add an
yeah.
inch down, bro. What
Of
type of
course.
stuff? But should we go over? Because are the guys coming? No, we should go over the
Man,
shows.
I don't see anybody here, so yeah, we might as well get to it. But
What are we
yeah, let's
looking at? Are we looking at the Tampa, or are we looking at, yeah, and then Atlanta preview, huh?
uh-huh. Yeah, let's look at the Guild Code because that's where you did you watch any other divisions?
Yeah, of course. At 212, I did not agree. I had the Brazilian over Courage. I'm sorry, bro. More size, better condition, killed it from the back, more size. This is 212, huh?
212, yeah.
You know
You
the
know
Brazilian.
what?
They don't even post him. It's so biased from here, huh?
They post the other one, yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of rude.
you see it already there, huh?
Did they post his routine? Or they went the day before. Let me see if they
That was the day
hopefully they
before, yeah.
posted. Oh,
Nope. You
no,
see, that's not
they
Tampa no more. Nope.
yeah, they didn't post him. That's very rude. That's extremely rude. But
Courage
I
looked great, especially from the front. Beautiful flow. Uh,
yeah, I
yeah.
get it. I
But you
get
gotta
it.
see the other guy though.
Yeah, I got to because we can't just not show the guy that looked that insane. Bodybuilding without borders, probably.
I have it also, but you can go to him
Oh
first. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
If you go,
I'm gonna go to you first. Yeah. All
yeah.
right, but yeah, you, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think
Mhm.
5 years ago, 10 years ago.
There you go. Let's see here. Who you got
Okay,
there?
of course the Brazilian right here.
Yeah, there you go. Who
The
do you got
Brazilian,
there? Come look at the
Brazilian,
back, bro. Are you kidding me, bro?
the Brazilian. I got
Front
courage
back spread,
here.
I can go equal. Who you got there?
I'm gonna go courage. I'm gonna go courage here.
Why?
It flows better. Obviously, he's bigger and harder, but he's hitting it kind of awkward. Part of being that muscular, this pose doesn't go well with
You
the
see the
real
waist. It's a
mass
little bit of an
muscles.
issue there.
Yeah, and the way he's holding his lats, the sweep on the leg. I mean, he has grainier legs, but I do like how his legs flow in the front. That's one. Well, he's hitting it on the side, so it's
And
hard to
look how
compare.
hard. Look at the quads. Look at the pecs. Look at the arm. I understand the guy is more beautiful, but it's 212. It's freak show, huh?
Yeah, but I might give this to courage just because the abs and thighs, I feel like it does have to flow. That's one of the aesthetic poses, you know. But that's only two. That's still only
Yeah.
two. And that's barely the two I gave him. That's like, that's not like
Now it's
he
what, 3-2 to the Brazilian?
yeah. See, this is hard because once no, but he flows well in this. I gotta give
Yeah,
it to the
look at
Brazilian.
those arms. Look at the condition. Look at the hamstring separation, bro. Look at the glutes from the side. He's rock
Yeah.
hard, bro.
If this was me or my client, I would be pissed. I would be pissed. It's easy to not be pissed because you're like, this guy's so beautiful, but it's like beauty doesn't mean that I can just be way bigger and harder than you and not win, you know? Beauty works, but the
Yeah.
beauty has to be close in condition. The beauty has to be close to condition. He was in shape though. Next to anybody else in the lineup, he looked shredded. It's just
Hmm.
that when you're this level, I got the Brazilian. I got the Brazilian.
Look
But
at the
this is
lats.
yeah,
Look at
I
the
like
upper back. Look at the arms in the shot. Look at the hamstring separation, bro.
you gotta go. You gotta once again, I like how his body flows, of course.
Yeah.
Like I said, like 3 to 5 years ago, the Brazilian would have won. But recently, if they have to choose slightly, it's always going to be the entire package. They're never going to like go for shape, go for condition, but everything close enough. If you're leaning, they're going to lean a little bit more to shape right now and roundness, fullness. That's what I've noticed. Like I said, it's not always going to go to the shape guy, but if the shape guy, if they feel like he's close enough, they're going to go for that, even if he's not rock hard. I
I
think.
was in Spain,
Hmm.
and it did not happen. You remember Calderon and Modelman?
Hmm.
Modelman, the
Who won that one?
crazy shape.
Uh-huh. Who won that
2-0.
one?
You remember him? 212.
I do.
Modelman, the Spanish guy.
I know exactly who that it is.
He lost to Calderon, who's more like of a tank, but shredded and hard, without the shape. And Modelman has the shape, and it was also in crazy condition. There they went with Calderon, yeah?
I didn't agree with that one, but do you think it's slightly different European judges?
It shouldn't be because it's always an American head judge no matter where.
This is true, but the American head judge they do the call outs, but the European people, if it's close, they're the ones that's good. The other judges are the one that's gonna
Yeah, yeah,
select.
yeah.
Technically, that that's what they say at least. I don't
Someone's
really.
logging in with no sound and no picture, it looks like, in it.
Oh, that's Mr. Vaughn. I don't know if he got my email. Oh, did I email to you too? Or no? Because he's on his phone. What's up, Brian?
You can't see me, right?
Yes, we
I can see
can.
you. We can see you. So don't
Can you
do
hear me?
anything crazy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a new phone. Who dis?
yeah. Brand new phone.
Yeah.
Um, we just compared the 212 showdown that happened. Um, to be honest, though, I still don't have an issue with it just because courage is so good. But man, this
Felipe,
you're gonna.
look, come
Yeah,
on.
he was. Felipe is insane right here, but I actually thought Felipe was gonna win. If I'm being honest,
Yeah,
I almost wanted Courage to win, being a little bit biased,
yeah, of
just
course,
because
yeah.
I do like the shape, but
You're an American. That's the reason, not shape,
this
my
is
friend. And he's
but
black on top of it. Come on,
Oh,
you.
it's AJ.
exactly, yeah, he's whatever.
Oh, what's up, AJ?
Hey.
It's so little on my screen, I didn't even know it was you.
Like
Well, you
that.
can put your screen on full screen, maybe, Ron. If you, so we can. There you go.
Oh yeah, perfect, perfect. Ron, uh, who did you who did you have winning this showdown?
Felipe.
Yeah,
You see, I
Yeah.
see.
I really love Courage's shape, how much rounder he is and all that.
Yeah.
But this guy, Felipe, he killed it. He really killed him from the back, especially.
yeah.
But even from the front here,
Also
like
from the front, look at that
he's
hardness.
winning.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know
Mm.
what, bro? He doesn't have bad shape. It's not like we're talking
Oh,
about like Calderon, because Calderon, respectfully, his shape is a little awkward. This guy's shape it obviously isn't going to be like Courage, like a classic guy, but his waist is in. His waist is
yeah.
in there, man. I mean, this is a little bit awkward, but even his waist isn't big. He's just has so much muscle. He's having a hard time. But yeah, I don't know. His stomach isn't out.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a rough one. I think I think they should have gave it to him for this one, if I'm being honest. But
I didn't look at, I only looked at the open scores. Was it close or was it a perfect score
No,
for Felipe?
perfect score, sadly.
Oh, shit.
I don't.
Okay, man.
I don't think we should even look at scorecards. I gotta be honest at this point. I'm like, wait, what's even happening? I don't even know if we should look at scorecards. No offense, but sometimes
And
it seems a little.
classic there. I was very impressed with the condition of the. You can go up, up,
The
up,
next day.
left, down, down,
Oh, go ahead.
to the left. Yeah, I was very impressed with the condition of the winner. Is it Kudayev?
Yeah, Kudayev. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
if you scroll, you can see his back shots there. Look there on the left.
Mm, yeah.
you know when I saw he won, I was like, how do you beat these other guys? Because Matt Grego is a freak. This is Gabriella. His physique is beautiful, but standing next to this guy,
Yeah.
once you look like you're not in shape next to the other guy,
Mm.
you automatically it's hard to they don't stand out anymore. They don't stand out anymore. So it's kind of hard to give somebody the win if they look outmatched like that. But
But aren't
uh,
you guys a little bit shocked with Grego? Because he used to be a top guy and now he's losing every show he's doing, huh?
He just
And
won
he's,
Chicago.
yeah, but before that, he was fourth in a
Oh,
very weak
yeah,
lineup.
yeah,
Very weak lineup.
You know what it looked like? It looked like he's coming in like super full and round, but not
Mm.
sharp, not very sharp, right? Let me pull him up. Are they gonna even show him?
Because remember, he did that weak American show. He only got fourth. And then we didn't know what was going to happen. And then he came and won Chicago. And now he's back to fourth place again. He wasn't even third here.
Mm.
Yeah, he's looking. In my opinion, he's not looking like as hard as he used to, but super full and round. I don't know if that's intentional
You see, he
because
doesn't
even
even
here,
post his stage pictures.
oh wow, yeah, he probably
Got
yeah
nothing.
he's looking like almost like a bodybuilder on stage, but he's
He'll,
not.
that,
He doesn't have that
that'll
size.
be he'll. I predict he's going to announce that within a couple months. I'm moving to open.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely way close to the weight, but let's keep let's keep going here. Let's keep wait with that. I was on your page, no?
Yeah,
Let me
well,
go into
classic. After that, it's really
it. Slows
what is
down
it? Figure and these things. You guys
in
don't
the
watch any
open.
girls, I know. So
No, we don't. All right, so we'll go into the open. Let me
you have
pull
to
up.
Gilco probably his videos or I don't know where.
Yeah, I like the Gilco ones for just to see. So let's start with fourth then with Charles Griffin. So leading up into the show, it looked like to me that he didn't have all his muscle back, like he was maybe smaller,
Yeah.
but I think he did. Maybe it's the condition, but I think he looked even maybe better than I saw him the last time he competed. If I'm being honest, what do you guys
Mm.
think? You guys think this is his best?
No,
I liked him
No.
better a few years ago.
I like him better a few
Okay.
years ago. He had more size.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. I honestly I didn't think he was gonna get fourth. I thought Ken was gonna get fourth. If I'm being honest.
Mm.
Um,
Leading in or after prejudging?
no, leading
Yeah.
in. But
Yeah.
Ken looked like he was holding some water. Like I know he was in shape because I saw how lean he looked going into the show. I don't think you're gonna add fat into the show. So I think he just didn't dry out. I think he was trying to go for a fuller look, you know.
Mm.
But Charles in fourth, you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought he brought really, really good conditioning, but I kind of really like Patrick Mork's physique though. In
me
sixth, I
too.
did not have Patrick all the way in sixth. Uh,
I like I
I
like
think
Pat.
Patrick Moore looked really good for him. He's 17 pounds up from the Arnold in similar condition. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Last time I saw Patrick, man, that was the cow. Bro, he's bigger than people think. I know. Oh yeah, he look. Yeah, when you're standing next to fucking like Nick and Joe and Blessing and shit, you're not gonna look huge. But Patrick is not small. His arms, shoulders, chest, back, even his legs are up. Like I don't know if people notice, his legs are up quite a bit. He's big. He's just his physique looks so different from everybody.
yeah,
So he has longer arms, smaller weight. Like he looks like a different division almost, but not because he doesn't have muscle. He has muscle, that's for sure. You know, but I think I agree with AJ. I think Patrick could have got higher. But
I
let's
would have
go.
had him ahead of this John Duncan. I would have had him ahead of John Duncan.
yeah, me too.
Who's John Duncan?
The guy got
The
fit. Do you see?
fifth
Look at that
place guy.
answer. Who's?
I'm
Well,
sorry,
There you go. This was fifth
I don't
place.
mean it like that. Huh? I didn't really see pictures of him.
No, no, no.
there
Can
was
I?
I think he just passed. Isn't that him next? Is that no, that's a classic. Isn't that
No,
him
that's
next to
classic
Nick?
guy.
Who's that
No,
guy? That was a classic guy.
that's a classic guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's classic guy.
That was
I want to see John Duncan now. Hold up. Let
his
me pull.
his Instagram is a weird name. It's Ignorance Ablis.
Hmm.
Oh,
Ignorance.
wait, he was with Jacoby?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I don't know where
But
Jacoby
Cameron
finds.
Cameron Cheeks with Griffin is doing a very good job lately with condition. If you guys have noticed, Cameron Cheeks, he's really
He-
improved. I don't know how he was before, but he's having a lot of success with bringing people in condition in different categories. If you guys have noticed, Cameron Cheeks lately.
I agree. I agree. But also, they're not coming in like flat or anything like
No,
that. Yeah,
Griffin
they're coming in
looked
full.
like peak perfect. Wouldn't you say, Ron?
Oh
He
yeah.
did.
The conditions always. I've never really seen Charles off ever.
No.
He's won a bunch.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
Ignorance oblis.
You know, he looked hard and full,
There you
but
can go. There you can say the comparisons with Patrick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
oh, perfect. Yeah, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, he was big and full, but he doesn't really flow well. His waist was kind
Look
of
at the
wide.
back shot versus Patrick.
Yeah, I gotta have. I would have Patrick. Yeah, I would have. I think I would have Patrick. How about you, Ryan? What you think?
Yeah, I had Patrick over him when I was watching it. I thought Patrick was going to get fifth.
And he's a new guy. You would think if somebody would get the nod, it would be Patrick.
But he brought very good condition.
Depends.
I noticed I saw the stream. I was like, I wish that was the condition Ken brought, that guy brought.
Yeah.
Man, Ken in that kind of condition, man, he jumps quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ken is a freak. Ken is a freak, and he has a shape. It's just it's hard. Like if you don't have the super tight, hard skin, you really have to play around with some. We've seen it with everybody. I mean, guys like Andrew Sampson, they just happen to be so tall and wide that they were able to still win shows, not being like 100%. You know, but Ken, shout out Ken still. All right.
So who is this guy? Just to give him a little bit more respect, the guy in fifth. Do you guys
Oh
know who it is from before, or
Never heard of
no,
him before this
man.
show.
I never. I don't
either
know
pro
where he's
debut
from.
or John Duncan?
It has to be pro debut. Is he American? I don't see a flag in
Well,
there,
he
so
has
I
to
must.
be, isn't he? John Duncan.
This is true, yeah. But he looks like he doesn't look American to me. He almost looks like I
Or
would have thought he was from.
click on that gym picture there and see if it says where the gym is. That's how I
Let's see.
stalk people.
Let me see if I recognize the gym. I
No,
don't know,
Cardio
man.
feature,
doesn't say.
3D muscle,
Hmm.
looking
He
great.
he almost looks like South American or something. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he's American. Where
Uh,
I don't know where he turned. He doesn't have anything. But I don't know where he turned pro. Oh,
what
What's
is that?
that? Yeah, that must be the where he turned pro.
Few months
amateur.
ago, pro.
Huh.
Can't make it
What?
out.
I don't know what this is.
Home gym, Champ Asylum. Is that?
Oh,
Oh, Florida.
oh
Derek
no,
Lunsford gym.
that's a
Huh. Also,
Mexico in the backdrop.
so he turned pro at the Mexican qualifier probably,
I'm
but he
guessing.
goes to the gym in Tampa, so he's a Tampa boy, huh?
Yeah, it was probably. I think they had an amateur. Did they have an amateur Olympia or something at that Mexico Super Show last year?
They do, yeah, they
Yeah,
have that,
that's
huh?
probably where he gets those.
So it's true that it doesn't matter where you turn pro because
No.
as long as
No,
me and
definitely
AJ
not.
talked about it, as long as you look like a pro,
Yep.
it almost doesn't matter, you know. So he beat a lot of he beat a lot of
Yeah.
guys who you
Great
know.
job. Justin Jacoby has a lot of clients. He's very successful in America, isn't he? Justin
Yeah.
Jacoby.
Yeah.
Oh man, I see him at
Killing
all
it.
the shows, and because he
Yeah.
has a bunch of clients on. You know, he had guys at the USA, everything. You know, he's crushing it. He's crushing it. Okay, let's go to third, James. Let's
Oh,
start with you, Ryan.
you see
Oh,
how biased you are? You went
James got second.
third. You can't even remember Joe was third, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ah, shit.
I'm sorry. Sorry, James. Okay.
Crazy
Let-
size, huh? Wow.
Man,
Oof.
I
Wow.
gotta be honest. I always felt like this, but even more now, I feel
Wow.
like I feel like Joe got to stop training chest at this point. His chest is like,
It's
what the fuck is
crazy.
that?
Mm.
Holy shit! You
What a
know?
yeah. It's not often you see guys with legs and chest. It's usually either you have one of each. You don't have both, huh?
Yeah. So okay, so I I've seen some people saying he was like off, which I kind of agree, but not off in my opinion at least, not off condition, not off like he has body fat to lose. I just feel like he was a little bit too full. Like I feel like he was in condition, but somebody with this much muscle,
Wow.
I think when you're too full, it almost you look a little bit, you lose some detail. So I
So
don't know if you.
do you think Walker was full, or you think he came in intentionally a little flatter?
I think Walker is intentionally pretty flat. Actually,
Hmm.
he's just so big. Like if we actually saw Walker full, we would be like, what the fuck are we looking at, right? Joe looked bigger than Walker technically here, but because he was full, I don't believe Joe has more muscle tissue per square inch than Nick yet. But he's so round and bubbly and full that he actually looked bigger than him. But I don't think when you're this big, I don't think you need to look bigger. So I think Walker, the game Walker played, actually a little bit flatter and more detailed, actually works when you're like this. And I think if Joe does that, he beats James.
I hope he does that. By the time he gets to Texas, I hope him and Ken are both perfectly dialed in.
Atlanta, you mean?
Well, I mean, I
Atlanta,
think
yeah.
I think that gives them. I'm saying I know they're doing Atlanta, but that gives them 2 weeks from this show.
Yeah.
No cheat meal. I post the show. No cheat meal post the show. I think like what do you think? You think like 4 or 5 pounds for Joe down?
What do you weigh? Like around 250? Or am I
Bro,
low
Joe,
balling?
I think Joe
Oh,
was in
got to
two
be more than
sixties.
250.
Yeah, Joe was probably in the high 260s. I
270.
mean, because last year he was like in the high 250s, and
Oh,
bro,
okay,
Yeah.
got me.
he's bigger. Like when I say he's bigger, bro, it doesn't even make sense. Like if you see this, if when you see him in person, you're like, what am I looking at? It's like you don't believe somebody could be in shape and actually be that big, you know? So let's say if he's 265, I'll say 260.
Okay,
I
yeah,
say
about the
because
same
you
thing.
don't want to go too far in the opposite direction, right? You don't want to say let me go so far and then now you lose like your legs or something, right? Because I know when Joe gets flat, his legs go, you know.
Mm.
So what do you think, AJ? Like about how much he needs
Well,
to come
we
down?
just said that James didn't look good when he was trying to come in streamlined, correct?
This
Now
is
that
Yeah.
he's
true.
bigger, his waist looks not better, but he flows better, yeah? So Joe has a wider structured waist. Will he look better smaller?
Hmm.
I'm just
Yes.
asking. I don't know because James is the opposite. He looks better, bigger. Samson looks better, bigger.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, I don't know. Can Joe get the waist a little bit more shapely and like if he comes in smaller, or will it be just less impressive of the strong body parts and he'll expose his shape even more? What do you guys think? I don't know.
I go with the latter because that way he does not have a gut. That's just a wide hip structure that he has.
Correct.
There's nothing he
Mhm.
can do about that. There's no amount of
Correct.
vacuums. Nothing's going to change that. So he's got to stay big and full up on top, and more quad sweep would really help him out too.
I've seen Joe come in flatter and fuller.
Okay.
When he's flatter, his legs look a bit down,
Okay.
and I would actually say his waist doesn't look smaller when he comes
No.
in
Oh,
per
he
se.
doesn't.
I don't believe his waist looks smaller when he comes in flatter. But what does happen is his detail looks so insane. Like his back is in shape, right? When Joe is like on the flatter side, bro, his glutes are like Lunsford stripped. His black, if you just look at it, even last year, he wasn't flat. He was actually perfectly peaked, and it was like his traps were like cross feathered, and the detail that nobody has, he'll have, and I think
Mm.
that's what's gonna make him better. But his waist doesn't necessarily look like smaller because like Ron said, it's not like a gut thing. It's a structure thing, and I
Yeah.
don't think you're gonna change. If it's like with Walker's waist actually doesn't come out too wide this way. It's more like when he's too full, it protrudes. Like he can't hold it in. You know,
That's
Joe
true.
is the opposite. Joe, his stomach is glued to his waist. If you look at the side poses, it's glued in. It's just the hips are wide. That's why his
So
glutes
do
is
you
so
have the
big.
call out? Do you have the call outs? I think that would
Yeah,
help a little bit more than just look at him alone all the time.
yeah. Somebody has it. Let me see. Bodybuilding
You
without.
have it, Ron. Did you do a wrap up, Ron?
I have it. I'm not using. I'm using my phone, not my computer. But yeah, I recorded it from. I
Yeah, so
think
it's
I
on your
still.
channel.
You can share too, actually.
Yeah. I was showing it on.
So if you go to Ron
Yeah,
Harris
yeah.
YouTube, maybe you
Yeah, I
can
was showing
look
it
at
on
the
my
videos
wrap
there.
up.
Is
I,
this is the first call out?
Yeah, if you go to Ron Harris YouTube, he has the video, don't you, Ron?
yeah, at some point in my video,
Yeah.
my video, it's
Oh,
probably like an hour
you
long. You'd have to
oh,
hunt.
it's out. Okay.
You'd have
Yeah,
to
Ah,
hunt
that's
okay.
gonna
around
be.
for.
Ah, okay.
Wait, you want a video or picture, AJ?
It's okay. It
They,
doesn't matter.
I think they
Uh,
have.
yeah, there you go. There's a good side by side.
I saw even better one. You want to see this? This looks good, or it's too far?
I think Beyond the Stage had the like the top. We only really want to see the top three guys in detail. I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
I think Beyond the Stage had it, or Bodybuilders Without Borders. I think they both had it.
Behind the stage is killing it.
Yeah. So
Okay,
much sponsors. It's like Kim Kardashian, yeah?
he get
Kim Kardashian.
because he gets to do it full at this point. He gets to do it full time.
Yeah,
So
definitely. He's
he's
make I don't know how much he's making, but he's definitely making the most out of all media outlets, I would imagine.
yeah, he's doing it all day long.
All right, so it's there you go.
Here.
Let's see that.
Yeah, that wasn't really a comparison.
Wasn't really.
All right, can y'all see?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we can see it, yeah. So he's as
Nick,
big as Nick Walker, if not bigger, huh?
yeah.
yeah. He's wider than him, and the muscularity is pretty close. You know what though? In this show in particular, Nick's waist actually looks better than Joe. I think because of the abs.
Yeah.
You know. But coming into the show, I didn't think that would be the case. I actually thought Joe's waist would look better than Nick's, from being honest.
Hmm.
And
That's the
then
only mistake. I think that's the only. I love the hype, but
uh,
looking back at it, I think that's the only mistake he did, Joe, with the hype talk, was when he was
uh,
trying to say that he has the waist advantage. And that's a
Hmm.
little bit that's backfired now in the comments, because
Yeah.
he did not have the waist advantage.
Hmm.
if you look at his last year look, it looked like he would have. Right? It kind of looked like he would have the waist
Because you
advantage.
see, look at here. You see there. You see it, yeah?
Yeah. Which is I guess I didn't expect Nick to look. Nick looked kind of aesthetic. If I'm not even gonna lie. Next to James, next to James and Joe, he kind of look aesthetic. I was like,
Yeah.
huh.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. Even in his front relaxed, you saw his front relaxed. That was pretty. That's pretty impressive, man. That's it. Nick,
Because he
you
has
have
the
to give.
six pack. He has the detail in the six pack.
He does. You have to give Nick credit, man. That's not what he does is not easy, especially with all the pressure he has. He probably doesn't even care about that. But
Try
what he
Did you already go to Bodybuilders Without Borders? I think they had like a series of the three, all the poses like in one post.
they're usually the ones who have that, yeah, like the spread down like that. Let me see.
Because Joe's got to be the most muscular guy right now because he's as big as Nick, if not bigger now.
I think Joe is the most muscular guy in the IBB, but potentially,
That's crazy, huh?
but
Is that it?
potentially, yeah.
That one there. Oh.
Where's the top?
No, I think
Where's
it's the next one over. I think was the top. Yeah, there you go. That one. Try that.
But they gonna they keep moving the goalposts.
Damn it. Oh, well.
Where's Joe, man?
Where
Poor
Joe's
Joe.
not even
Poor
in it.
Joe.
Oh,
There.
just three? Oh, perfect. Okay,
There.
okay.
There you go. Okay.
A little bit dark, but it'll do. Okay, let's actually compare. Front double. Who got the front double?
Nick.
Nick.
Yes, Nick. I've seen Joe hit the front double in a way that makes him look better, more aesthetic. I think he's gonna change it. Who got the front last spread?
Nick.
Nick, but
Think
Joe
so?
takes up a lot of. He's really wide on top, huh?
It's a great pose for. He's very close. He's very
Because
close.
Joe
To me.
looks really wide and his legs are so thicker than Nick's there. It's just the waist is a little bit like.
I'm gonna say Joe because I don't think Joe is in the pose in this picture. Because if you look
Because
at
you're
the
gonna say he's
actual
winning without knowing. You just think he's not in the post.
no,
Huh?
no, because look, if you
So
see
biased.
the no, you got to see him in the okay. Look when he hits it here because he didn't fully hit it in the other one, but when he hits it, you got to see what I mean.
Oh, I mean, his clavicles are 6 feet wide.
They are, yeah. Okay, so yeah, when he fully hits it, I'm gonna try to pause
Look at
it.
that shot. Is it crazy front last spread, yeah? Look,
Yeah,
Well, hold on,
but
I gotta
it
fix
looks a little
that for
better.
AJ. His shoulders are 2 meters wide, AJ.
boom! Look at his shoulders, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
I
really
think
crazy, yeah.
yeah.
You don't
But
think
you
he's
know
winning the
what?
front lap round? You won't change your mind.
No, not with those. I give him the upper body for the front lap, but Nick's got better legs than him.
Nick,
Joe's still got to bring those wheels, especially some sweep.
Nick's got better quads than Joe.
Yep.
Oh,
I think
baby, I
so.
don't know. I don't think Joe want to listen to this podcast.
Sorry.
No, Joe doesn't mind like feedback. Joe
Okay.
doesn't mind feedback. I think Nick does have better legs than Joe. I do think so. From the side, no, but from the front and the back, I believe so. But yeah, but the front last spread used to be a really bad post for Nick, and
Mm,
honestly, it's not his best, obviously, right? But it's not bad. It's not
yeah,
bad.
right.
What does James need to do, guys, in this front lap spread? Because he's not a
Mm.
wide guy, yeah?
I feel like he's not pulling his lats out enough. Obviously, he knows that, I'm sure, but it's probably just mobility. It's probably just mobility. He is a really big guy. I feel like all three of these guys could improve the front lat spread for mobile, but it's hard to tell guys to be mobile at 260, 270.
It's also that's the one pose where James is kind of washed out. His midsection hurts him the most, I think. Even
Yeah,
more so than the ab and thigh.
that's like genetic. Like his abs, just that's one of those things. I think
Very
his abs are
shallow.
gonna be shallow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so Nick, Nick one, Joe one. Side chest, the angle is a little off, but who you guys got side
Three-way
chest?
tie. They all win this one.
They
That's
all
three
look.
really good shots, but I'm noticing conditioning on Nick Walker is crazy, yeah?
Yeah. Joe looks
Yes,
great in the shot too, though. Joe has a really killer side chest.
I think Joe wins side chest. I swear I'm not being biased.
Yeah, but
This
his
is how
legs
I
to Joe in this side, they're phenomenal. Quads, glutes, hams.
his chest is. I think his chest is too big, but his
Yeah.
chest is it's insane.
Takes up a lot of
Because
space, yeah.
you usually have people, they have one or the other, right? Like their chest protrudes like Samson, or it's like wide. But his
Mm.
chest is like wide, takes up space, but it protrudes too, which is like usually that's not usually the case. It takes up so much space on his body. Like you see James' chest protruding, but look at the surface area. Joe's chest takes up his
That's
entire
great. It's
torso.
like a Lou Ferrigno. Takes up the
Yeah.
entire area there.
Yeah.
He's got a similar structure to someone who's much taller.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He appears. If you saw him, you would think he was like 5'10", but I think Joe is 5'8". But he looks almost like the structure wise makes him look taller. Side
5'10" is a
tricep.
flex, huh?
Yeah.
Hollington.
Oh, you got him in this pose, Hollington?
And I don't think he's even that's a bad angle for him for that pose too. You can't even see the back of the tricep properly, but
I got James in the side triceps.
yeah.
Man, they once again you got three guys with really good side poses because this used to be a weakness for Nick, but it's not. His
Yeah.
right, his waist looks good, his leg looks good, arms look good. Look at Joe, same thing. Look at Joe's side leg.
But
This is
James'
like
waist looks the best there.
Mm.
and the way he
And
hits it,
yeah,
he
correct.
looks
And
the
the
most
triceps
comfortable.
looks great.
Yeah. I think James at this point has one of the best size triceps in the game.
Oh
Yeah.
At
yeah.
this point.
Him and Rubiel is close.
Yeah, Rubio.
Rubio, Brandon Carey. It's like what like the
Yeah.
chest,
Yeah, Brandon
shoulders.
Curry, Rubiel. Yeah.
Yeah. And Brandon from the front, his legs aren't like the greatest, but from the side, holy shit.
Mm.
You know? Oh, back double.
Nick.
Once it,
Nick.
once again though, three incredible back doubles.
Mm.
James back double is thick and gnarly. Just not enough lat to contend with these two. But these two, we're talking about what, top three? Top
Yeah.
three back doubles in the IFBB?
No.
No?
Are you saying James is top 3 back double in
No,
the
no, no.
IBB?
No, Nick and Joe.
Yeah.
Is that those two and Derek, like who beats them? Those
Mm,
two, Derek, Regan, and Tonio, maybe wrap out the top five.
mm.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think Andrew Jack is pretty high up there himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is now.
Come
Yeah, he
on
is.
now.
Yeah.
He is now. I'm not gonna
You
lie,
don't think
because even next,
Samson? You don't think Samson takes out Tonio just based off of this the width and the come on.
no, not in the
Tonio
back
can't
double.
beat Samson Dowda in a back double just because he has more detail.
I think so personally. I mean, like,
Ton-
Yo, Ron, you
yeah,
Mr.
Tony
Olympia.
Tonio has a that's like the one pose
Yeah, but
I might
still,
give
come on.
Tonio. Well, because his lats insert down to his freaking hip bone. He's got
but
that cobra back, Tonio.
I know what AJ means though. If they're at the Olympia and then they call out
Six
and they turn
feet,
around,
six
yeah.
feet, 300 at the Olympia. You're gonna lose the back double to Tonio. Really?
Well,
Tonio's back double is a better shot, but does he actually beat him in the shot?
No.
Maybe not, just because the size difference. But if we're breaking it down, who has the better back double? I'm gonna say Tonio. He might not beat him just because he's got
Then you
80
don't have the
80
better back
pounds.
double if you lose. If you lose the shot, you don't have a better one, huh? If you
Yeah,
run
you
faster
could
than
make
me,
it.
you're faster than me. Ah.
I'm gonna say Tonio then. I'm
Okay,
gonna say
yeah.
Tonio. Okay, so let's break down the two of the best. What I'm gonna say is last year, I think Joe at his absolute best. Nah, you can't because the Knicks hamstrings and I'm gonna say Joe at his absolute best. This may be a tie because Joe is gonna have the upper body and Nick is gonna have the lower body.
mm,
But today, or I mean, whenever the show happened, I think Nick won this pose that day.
yeah.
So you're judging if Joe was in better. If Joe.
Okay, Nick wins the
Yeah.
back double, but James, like I said, James, this is really good. I think
Yeah.
this is really good. But this is where Nick beats Derek, right?
Yeah.
Derek has
Wow.
the
With
shredded
the
glutes.
hamstring in the. Wow. Crazy.
Mm.
You know, I asked him because most people to have adductors like this, they have to shoot their butt out. And I was like, it doesn't look like you're shooting your butt out. Like, do you do something to have your adductors pop like that? He said, get them bigger, bro. Like, what do you mean? I'm like,
And
I'm like, okay,
look,
I guess that.
look at the arms next to James in that shot to Nick. Huh? Look at those biceps all the way up over his forearms there, huh?
I mean, Nick's arms are like,
Crazy.
yeah, Nick's arms are. And what I will say though, James and Joe did a great job holding their own as far as I mean, as far as even arms next to Nick, because Nick's arms are, I think, the best in the game.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
Him and
So
Crizzo.
these,
Crizzo
yeah.
and him, man.
Crizzo.
I think I gotta go Joe on the last spread. This shit right here is fucking. That's crazy. Nick gets the lower body, of course, but what do you guys think in the back lat?
In my wrap up, I had Joe winning front lat and back lat spread.
Hmm.
Two shots I
Yeah,
gave to Joe.
I'd
I
still
can see that.
I'd still give this one to Nick.
I mean, you wouldn't. I wouldn't say that's a bad answer. I mean, this is still insane, you know. But it used to be a weak pose. He couldn't open up before. Now he does this thing where he really sets it and it works for him. But I just felt like Joe's lats. It looks like remember Kai Green's
Yeah.
back lat where it goes into his ass. This like it literally is touching it. Is if he leans back an inch, it's gonna touch his ass. His lat is gonna touch his ass. All right. Oh, this is kind of not a good pose for me.
Nobody
This
wins.
is yeah, no, nobody wins this one.
Yeah.
But
I
if you had
think
to,
I think the flow to James is actually the most aesthetically pleasing out of these three, but Nick Walker's the only one with deep separated abs, yeah?
Yeah.
and the
Well,
quad, yeah.
And the
So
quads. Yeah.
James flows the best, but then James
Yeah.
has the least detail in his abs and quads.
Yeah.
I mean, when he hits his like quad stomp, he has feathers, but it doesn't. You see how Nick shit goes all the way up into his hip. Even Joe goes up into hip. Joe doesn't have the inner maybe, but James, yeah, James has the least detail, best shape. Nick seems to have the most detail in his abs and quads, and then Joe is kind of in between.
Mm.
Who
As
do you give
crazy
it
as
to?
it
I'm gonna
sounds,
give it to James.
I think I'm gonna go Nick, man. I think I'm gonna go Nick.
You can't give James an ab and thigh shot when he barely has any abdominal development.
No, but Derek
That's the
Lunsford won the
thing.
abs. Remember, they gave Derek the abs and thigh over Samson with no abs.
I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Samson doesn't have the greatest abs, but
No, but you remember the Tyler when the breakdown, he said that Derek won the abs and thigh versus Samson at the Arnold. Remember
he won the vacuum or the side one.
the abs and
I'm
thigh
up,
shot?
from the front or all
Yeah,
the
from the front.
variations.
There's only one abs and thigh shot from the front
Uh, I can't.
because of his shape, his silhouette and flow and
Yeah,
whatever.
but look at the abs, man.
I don't
I
always
don't
agree with
know.
Tyler.
Yeah, that. Listen, I mean, if a few years ago, if you said Nick is winning abs and thighs, people would have said no way. But he has the it's I want to say the best abs, not structure wise, but detail. His abs are in the deepest. I have to admit,
Yeah, but isn't the chest disappearing a little bit? Isn't the
it is. Yeah, it is a
you
bit.
know
It is a
the
bit.
the leg the calves there, and like I don't know.
The calves the calves don't bother me. It's funny because my girl mentioned that yesterday. She was like, "Hey, how come his calves look like that?" I'm like, "I don't worry about it. Just look at the look at the rest of the look at the rest of the leg."
But what
But
can Joe do to have a better ab and thigh?
I think his legs are a bit far apart because he doesn't have his adductors doesn't drop like Nick. I think if he brings it like one a little bit on top of the other slightly, it would look better potentially. Maybe a little bit of a tilt like James. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but that's the only thing I could think of. But I mean, he doesn't have to have the best one as long as he has the other poses. You know, I'm gonna give it to Nick though.
And after this, I want you to do a James versus Joe also and hear your thoughts because you remember that James beat Joe. So I have heard
I
Joe all
do.
the time. I want to see how that one you break that one down, baby, because I haven't heard you
Mhm.
said James once so far.
Yeah, yeah. I actually agree with the placing.
Okay.
I agree with the placing just because James was big enough condition. He appeared to be slightly harder than Joe actually, you
Mm.
know, but round and full. His shape looked really good. So I'm gonna be biased to Joe because I like Joe and I like his physique. As I was watching, I had Joe winning, but after I looked at it after the placings, I could see why James won. If I'm being honest, I'm just trying to be unbiased because I can't get on here and just always say my friends should have won, you know.
I
But
guess it's a good thing. It's a good thing Joe isn't on this podcast right now. But
what I will say is Joe takes it very well.
yeah,
Joe is not offended by critique at all, which is good. If you're gonna do 20 podcasts, you can't be offended because because people are gonna tell the truth. Like the truth doesn't bother him. He doesn't have an ego in that kind of way. He's very confident in his abilities, but he doesn't want you to tell him he should have won.
mm,
Compton doesn't do that. Compton doesn't say you should have beat Nick. Oh, yeah. Compton won't do that. Compton won't do that. He'll
Nick
tell you. Mhm.
Nick wins this one.
yeah.
That's
I'd
a
say
fantastic, most muscular Nick Walker. Wow.
upper body Joe wins, but overall Nick wins.
Yeah, Nick is looking crazy in the most muscular.
In this particular picture, Nick wins by far. But
Yeah.
James and Joe aren't like fully in the shot, in
No.
my opinion. I think when they're fully in the shot, I think it's very close between Nick and Joe, but it goes either way. Joe has a better crab. Nick has a better hands clasp, right?
Yeah.
I like Joe standing up, even though you can see the waist is a little bit wider. He
Uh-huh.
becomes much wider when he goes down. I see everything popping, but then he shortens himself down, so he looks smaller. When he's standing
I know
up,
exactly.
he looks
I know.
much bigger, much more freaky. But again, the waist is a little bit wider, so I don't know what he prefers. What do you guys prefer on Joe? Standing up or going down?
I like the crabs bent forward a little bit.
Okay.
Just look freakish. So much muscle. So
Not like too,
dense.
not like too much bent forward though. I like it like slightly. Let me actually pull this one. Like yeah, the way he hits it here.
Yeah, when he
Can you
hit the
skip?
crab in his routine.
Can you skip the video? You can't move the
You
video?
don't like
Um,
this shot? Boom.
not
I
as
do,
much.
but I think Nick wins the hands together one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think the crab one, I think Joe has one of the best crabs. I think Joe, Martin, Crizzo. I think when it comes to the crab,
Chriso is
when he
crazy in when he goes down because he's so
Crizzo's
tall.
crazy.
Yeah.
What Joe has going is the chest size and the set. He has striated chest and then the shoulders. It's pretty insane. But let me see the most muscular
It's gonna
side
be very nice.
poses. Yeah, side poses are good too.
Yeah.
What's Joe's best pose?
Side
Hmm.
shots.
Side chest.
Side yes, side chest. Yeah,
Those
but
are the
boom,
There we
best in
go.
the world
Boom.
almost.
Yeah.
yeah,
Look at that.
that's pretty good.
Even his
Yeah,
legs look better because he's got his legs staggered there.
yeah. To be honest, if he stands next to Nick, I think he should just hit his hands clasp was good, but when he stand next to Nick, I think he should just hit this one because he's gonna look like wide and everything compared to Nick. I think yeah, I think this is second best pose. I think side chest and this.
Yeah.
And then back double, of course. Yeah, that's good.
But he also
Anyways,
remember when he does that next to Nick, he gets as short as Nick, yeah, because he's taller than him.
yeah, he does. He does.
You have to
You gotta be
understand. Like
careful.
now, he's the same height as Nick,
He is. He is. You
so he
gotta be
takes
careful
up
with
less
that.
space on stage.
I think they're
This is
only about an
true.
inch. They're only about an inch apart anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, I think 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah.
They're two of the only people who are honest about their height. They're actually exactly the height they say they are. They're not like 5'6". You know what I'm saying?
So that most muscular to Nick, that's like very few. That's like Marcus Rule. I remember like Ronnie Raquel. You know that
Mhm.
round chest. You see his arms show. This is very rare. Huh? This is like legend. This is like crazy. His upper body in that shot, isn't it?
Yeah, you know you don't get your flowers till you retire. One day
Yeah.
when he retires and people look back, like we know he's a freak now, but when he retires and we look back, we're gonna be like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
that guy was insane, yeah, you know.
Mm.
But you said Hollingshead, right? Let's talk
Yeah.
about. I'm gonna pull Hollingshead up. Okay, so in my opinion, I think this was the best Hollingshead we ever seen.
Yeah. Agree.
I think previous to this, 2022, when he won the two
2020,
shows.
2021, when he was hot with winning shows and yeah, yeah,
From what I remember back then, he was he was just as hard as he is here,
but smaller.
and yeah, as hard as he is here, and he was full. But I think he actually added tissue on top of that, right? So let's say almost the same peak, but he has to be at least 10, 15, I don't know how
You
many,
would
maybe
hope
10
so.
pounds.
5 years
Oh,
training, yeah?
oh, he is. He was. You're right. He was around 255 back then. He's 270 now on stage.
Yeah. You would hope you get
Damn.
bigger in 5 years, huh?
Yeah, theoretically.
Yeah, but it's hard to because he was starting to look smaller because
Yeah.
he was just flat, you know. But so we didn't know he was bigger. We just assumed, oh well, maybe he's going back down, right? Maybe he this is it, you know. I think most people thought he was just gonna end up retiring in a
Done.
couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this to me is the best ever. And like I said, looking at this, I think why he beat Joe. I think overall balance, let's say upper to lower, right? Joe's upper body is much freakier than his, but almost too freaky for the quads, right?
Yeah.
So I think the upper lower difference is probably the main thing. And he kind of flows a little bit more aesthetically than both Nick and Joe, which once again, people don't call him aesthetic, but I mean, the way he in
But
those
is that
poses.
is that an issue, Bailey? When James is more aesthetic than the two other guys, that is an issue, isn't it?
that's not a compliment to the other guys. That's for sure. But they have their strengths. They have their strengths too.
Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
when it comes to aesthetic, that's why when people say now Nick Walker's going to win the Olympia, that's very, very, very hard, huh?
Yeah, what makes it hard is that we're at a point now that Andrew and Samson are as muscular as Nick.
Yeah.
Before then, it was like maybe if Nick is flat, maybe then. But once now they match him in size.
Oh,
So
they're
if they
much.
match him in size and they're built like Lee Haney's shape, then it's gonna come down to condition. They don't have to be as hard as Nick. But if they're close enough, then they beat him. That's the disadvantage he has, because he has to rely on them not being too close to his condition. And it's not like he can say, "Well, I'll just get harder." He won't get rewarded for being any harder than he is because he's already right. He's already 9 out of 10. If you go to 9.5 out of 10, that doesn't really it doesn't really sway them, right? So that's what makes it hard. So can he win the Olympia? I think Nick for sure can win the Olympia. I think any of the top five guys can. Will he? I think he beats Derek easier than he beats Samson and Andrew. Because I thought he beat Derek, respectfully, I thought he beat Derek at what, Pittsburgh?
Berg, yeah.
I thought he beat Derek at Pittsburgh.
Oh, you don't know the history of Ron and me. We are Derek Lunsford fanboys, okay? Ron
I
used
love
to be
Derek
the
too.
president of the Derek Lunsford fan club back in the
That's
day. And let me tell you, Derek is 5-0 versus Nick. Add
yeah.
8 zeros if you count the guest posting at Pittsburgh every year. So I don't know how you know Lunsford, he's the best bodybuilder we've had since Big Ramy, isn't he?
He's the only
I
Statistic
mean,
two.
wise.
you can make an argument he's better than Big Ramy. His track
But
record.
Big Ramy peak will take Lunsford peak, huh?
Mm,
I don't
Come
know,
on.
man. I don't
300
know.
pounds? Bro,
Rami,
288 in shape?
I mean, Rami,
2017 Olympia when he lost to Phil wouldn't take Derek? No, of course it
I
wouldn't.
don't think I don't think so, man. Because if you
Ah,
remember how big Ramy looked next to Hadi when Hadi was at his best, he didn't look as much bigger as you would
there was
think. He
no
had,
competition with Rami and Hadi. None.
huh?
Hadi wasn't even second to Rami.
Yeah, but I actually I thought Ramy could. I thought Hadi was his biggest competition. If I'm being honest,
It was Curry who got second.
yeah, he did. I'll say this: I don't even think we've seen Derek's best yet.
No,
But
me either. Yeah.
from what we saw last year against but see, I don't think Ramy's best was when he won the Olympia. I thought Ramy's best was when he lost to
mm,
Phil.
And that's what I
yeah.
said. 2017 was his best look.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think Derek could beat if Derek shows us if Derek gets any better. I think he can beat it. I think right now, though, you might be right. I think Ramy's all time best may still beat Derek's all time
That
best.
means that Derek at his all-time best would push Phil Heath then, is what you're saying. Because Rami pushed Phil Heath to the end in 2017.
Well, that version of Phil Heath
I
is
was pretty good, even though there was a little bit distension with the waist. It was very like
2013 Phil Heath. I don't think anybody stands a chance. I think even Ronnie would have a hard time beating 2013 Phil. I think he can, but I think Phil. It would be like one pose. It would be like 1 point difference. I think 2013 Phil is almost unbeatable. I don't think anybody's close. But yeah. Well, I'm I'm gonna give you the Ramy one, but I still think I still Derek's for sure the best bodybuilder we've had. Yeah, for sure
yeah.
since Ramy. If he wins another one though, because he already has 212, he has Arnold, he has two Olympias. Granted, he didn't have to go against Kai and Phil Heath, so it is a little different, and Sean Roden. So I'm gonna give you that one, AJ. But but Derek, yeah, Derek is a beast. I do think Nick. I do think Nick can beat Derek. On paper, I didn't think so, but after Pittsburgh, I think he can. I think he can. You know. Anyways,
Mhm.
what? So we have Atlanta coming.
Yeah.
Do we have a lineup?
No, but
Who?
we know the lineup. It's the
Yeah,
same
same shit.
Plus
without the
Regan.
So,
what?
oh, Regan, yeah,
Plus
plus
Regan.
Regan.
Plus Regan. Oh yeah, of course. The great white hope, as we call him.
I thought that
Hey,
was Krizo.
do you guys think Regan can beat Joe and James?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not necessary that he will, but he has the potential. Obviously, he was 14th at this year's O, and Joe uh, Joe didn't make it to the Olympia. Neither did James.
He's got better. What?
What does Regan have to do? What package does? Oh, he looks a lot bigger. What pack? Look the fuck up,
Hold his peak for a change on stage, not fade out.
man. I mean, to be honest, he added a lot of muscle, man. Holy
Well,
shit, I didn't know
he
that.
also the king of Instagram though, so we have to wait to stage to see
Oh
him.
yeah, it might be the angle he's zoomed in. You know, somebody taught me that when you stand back and zoom in, like let's say here, and you're like 6 feet away, and you zoom in, you know, you look bigger. The camera does this thing where it pops after you pull it out a little bit.
Yeah,
But anyways,
Ron knows about this. He used to have bigger arms than Ronnie Coleman for MD. Remember
That's
Ron when you
absolutely. Nope. Nobody knows all the tricks like I do. I'm the
Ron
king.
knows it.
Lord of illusions. Yeah.
No, but
okay,
he looks
so
fantastic, doesn't he, Regan Grimes?
Yeah.
he looks at least 15 pounds heavier. So
Wow, he looks crazy
Regan
structure.
at 270
Wow.
shredded.
Oof.
Does he beat? Well, I guess he would beat James if James is the same weight, and
Yeah.
this guy is more shapely.
Yep.
Very nice aesthetics and structure, and also good looking guy. And like this guy, this is the guy we wish would be a Mr. Olympia level by now, huh?
Yeah. So okay, so 270 Regan in shape. Does he beat Joe though?
Yeah.
Joe
Yes.
270 at 5'8". You say yes?
He's got way better shape and structure. Joe's still going to look bigger than him, thicker, but the aesthetics are going to help. Like I said, with Samson, that's why Samson's so damn hard to beat because he's huge and he's got the aesthetics. When you put those
Does
together in
Regan
one person, geez, it's hard to beat.
But
does
Regan is
Regan
seldomly peaked for a whole show, though.
True. He's had issues.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take him a couple shows. I think in Atlanta he's gonna lose to Joe and James. I think
You got him
by
third?
Texas, I think so.
Oh
But like you
no,
said,
that's not happening, Ron. Regan is not placing third now with 10 pounds up.
I don't
hear
think
me
so.
out though. Hear me out.
No.
If he struggles with the peak, and then he has 15 pounds of extra muscle, I think he's gonna struggle with the peak. But I think after Atlanta, they may figure it out. He's gonna be either on the flat side, maybe, or on the not.
Wait, just one thing for my Instagram. You say that Regan's going to be third, correct?
I think Regan has had a tough time holding his peak or peaking. So
So
with
you
the
think he
added
will be
muscle,
third?
yes, but only in
That's it.
Atlanta. I think in he's how you gonna do me like that. I think in Texas though, I think in Texas that's when he's gonna have his best chance of winning
Yeah.
because I think they're gonna figure it out. Whatever they did, Regan is gonna follow me, man. But yeah, I think they're gonna fix whatever they did, and I think they're gonna that's
Is
gonna
he,
be his best.
I know I should know this, but is he still with Chris Aceto?
No,
No.
he hasn't been for a while. He's
Okay.
been
He's
super
with
sliced.
Dom Super Sliced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
super slice is like he like he like a genius. Like if you talk to him, he's almost too smart for you to even talk to him. You're like, you know what? Let's just change the conversation. I don't.
But
Yeah.
I like the results more than being smart. But
Me too. Me
yeah,
too.
yeah. But he's
Me.
very good at, I've heard, because I work with a lot of the girls, and they say he's very, very into health, blood
Yeah.
work, these type of things, and gut issues. And remember Regan with all these gut issues and what he couldn't eat and all these type of things. So hopefully Dom, who's very genius when it comes to those things, he has his old steroid clinic there, or health clinic, whatever you guys calling it over there in America.
Steroid clink.
So he's been helping him with his gut. Remember, Regan couldn't eat all this type of food with absorption, all these type of things. Hopefully, Dom has fixed, and it will lead to a perfect package. But it wasn't perfect last year, and he did work with him also last year, though.
Does health beat freaks though?
No,
See, okay, this is gonna
no.
sound crazy, but it's like every coach Regan had, if you could combine it, Regan would beat everybody. Chris, Chris Aceto got him into the best condition by far, by far. But Chris Aceto's off seasons, he basically says, "Don't get too fat. Just eat and don't get too fat." That's not gonna add the tissue on you. Now Milos is gonna add some fucking tissue on you, which
Mm.
which he did. But Milos' peaks aren't like world renowned. Milos' peaks aren't like the like Chris's peaks, but he gets guys bigger. And then you have Dom. Now he's gonna the gut issues. Milos has you eating 5,000 carbs. Your gut is gonna act up. Well,
Mm.
Dom is gonna fix that. So it's like as long as he took notes from Milos and Chris, and he has it all written down, and he can get that shredded and get that big, which it looks like he has. Combine that with Dom, well, this should be the best weekend, you know.
Mm.
But he's gonna have to really share his notes. He's gonna have to share those notes with Dom. So it looks like that's what's happening because he looks big, he looks lean, he looks healthy. Look at his skin, right? Look at his hair.
He's
You
a
know,
phenomenal body. Regan Grimes is really like. I just wish he will. I've been waiting so long for his breakthrough year. It's never happened, you know. I just really hope he's not gonna have like Kuklo who was waiting for that breakthrough, you know. I hope this will happen with him, you know.
does Regan beat Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
He didn't beat him last year though.
No, but he wasn't on or whatever, and he was smaller. Hopefully,
I think to this point Jordan was improving way faster than Regan. I think only this year I think Regan actually made more improvements. We haven't seen it, so I can't say for sure. But it looks like this year Regan may have made more improvements than Jordan.
because
I
Jordan
think
was not bigger than James. I was there live. Jordan is not
no,
bigger than James.
no, he's not. He's not.
And I think
But
Regan is bigger than James.
I think Regan is bigger than Jordan.
Because he's wider, Regan. He's a wider man than James.
Mm.
I don't think he's bigger than James, man. I think
You
he's
don't
bigger than
think
Regan.
so?
No, I think he's about the same
He's got
size.
well, but he's got a bigger structure, which
He's
gives you
got a
illusion
bigger
of being bigger.
structure. So when he does his
He-
lat spread and back lat spread, who's gonna beat Regan from back lat spread? No one.
Yeah, he's got
No,
crazy
not
back.
back double neither. I mean, other than Joe, but yeah, back poses nobody. Um, I think Regan is wider. I think he's wider than James, but I think James.
Yeah, yeah.
Until we see them, Regan has like black guy skin though. His skin
Yeah.
doesn't really like
Oh.
it doesn't really dry out. But yeah. Okay, who's more all American between Jordan and Regan? Who
Regan,
who's who,
because he's from
who's
Canada.
Well, Regan's Canadian,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I still
But
give it to Regan. He's more American looking, you know. He's more, you know, he's got the good looks, you know, even though he's from Canada.
are you saying Regan is better looking than Jordan?
Yes.
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. So
Yeah, he is.
if Regan is like a 9.5, what's Jordan then? I
I
think
think.
Uh,
Jordan. I think Jordan's close. I think Jordan's at least
Listen,
8.8.
Regan is the only bodybuilder that girls that don't follow the sport really follow because of his looks, bro. He's the only one, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Regan is a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Regan got Sebum beat. I think Regan is better looking than Sebum even
Yeah.
potentially.
And he
All
uses
right.
the makeup and everything. I was in the show with him once. He was standing there for 20 minutes with his. So he's going all in, Regan. He's not playing around with the makeup and, you know?
Some people don't like that, but I'm like, bro, it's bodybuilding, bro.
Yeah,
We're doing
yeah.
everything else. We're everything else we're doing. We're trimming our fucking balls and like. I mean, if you wanna wear makeup, I'm not gonna do it, but
No, no,
I'm not
no.
gonna fault you. I'm not gonna fault you. All right. So we're talking about we didn't do predictions. Atlanta, top five. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Let's start with Ron. You need me to pull anything up?
No. So let's go Regan, James, Joe, Ken, Charles.
So we got Regan, James, Joe. You got Joe in third.
Yeah.
And who was fourth?
Ken, Kennedy, Colossus Ken,
And Charles.
Charles
That's
and Phil.
that's fair. That's fair. Fair.
I think Ken sharpens up a little. And I think Ken's going to look his very best in Texas.
Yeah, I can see that. Who you got, AJ?
I got Regan winning. I got James second. I got Joe third. I got Patrick fourth, and I got I got Griffin fourth and Patrick fifth.
Okay.
I don't see Colossal Ken make enough condition improvements in those 6 days to battle Patrick more there.
If he was out of shape, I would agree. But because I saw how that he was lean, I think he was just holding a shit ton of water. I don't know how he could hold that much
Do you
water.
have any
But
pictures of Ken? Can we see him?
let's see. Yeah, let's see what Ken looking like.
And I also think that James will then fly to Austria and win
For sure.
Austria the next week. And I think Joe will win in Texas and make the O. That's what I think.
Sounds very feasible.
Oh, but you have Regan. Okay. I mean,
Winning. I
yeah.
think he's gonna go straight in and just do it. He has to stop this peaking later. Once you gotta hit the peak, there's no warm up in bodybuilding, bro. So this hopefully just come in, be on and win.
That was last year. Yeah, he didn't put anything up from the show.
Nothing from the
No.
show. So where you see it, you go to NPC online, and then we can look at the stage pictures that are not edited. Like these guys are putting fake pictures up. There we see unedited pictures. That's why I like to see the guys looking. Because I don't
You
trust
know what?
I don't like unedited. I want to see the cool.
no
messed
Gilco.
up
They're
sharp-
putting all these filters on. You don't know what's what, huh?
Yeah.
rupture,
IBB.
sharpening, all that good stuff.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's really the only way to see the real condition.
NPC
If you go to
online, you have all the pictures out from Tampa day 3.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it right now. Okay, let me see.
You have to put the screen back on.
Boom.
So day 3, yeah,
Galleries.
you go to bodybuilding. And there you go.
Guys, I'm doing my own video in a little bit, so I have to start prepping for that, a live one. So I'm gonna say goodbye.
Let's switch over to your video then. Let's just hop over to your. I'm gonna pause it. We'll go to you. All right, Ron.
All right,
Bye
thanks,
bye.
guys. It's good to see you again, AJ.
Yes.
Later, baby.
Likewise.
Bye.
I mean, he looks huge. That's for sure.
Yes.
This is the biggest he's looked, but
We want to see the conditioning from the back.
yeah, that's what I want to see
We
too.
know you look huge. You look very good. He reminded me a little bit about Brandon Curry from the front, by the way.
He does. He actually
And
does.
that's a compliment.
Uh-huh. I would, and like he's not like from his front condition actually isn't bad.
Go
Can
down,
you see
go
this?
down, go down. They zoomed in on his back all the way down.
You want to see back lat?
There you can see, for
Okay.
instance, zoomed in. Now you can see the proper condition in detail.
All right, but you don't see the it's gonna make me change it. What do you see right now? You don't see
I
the other
see a
pic, right?
screen of tons of small pictures.
Yeah, I gotta click it separately. Now you're gonna see it. This one, boom. You see it now, right?
Yeah. What do you think?
He has a lot, like I said, I don't think it's a body fat thing. You
Okay.
can see he has the lines in his glutes, but
Yes.
there's a film of water
Film of
covering
water
everything.
covering everything, yeah?
Yeah, when you have body fat, this right here, you won't see the lines at
No.
all. You can be hard and have body fat. Like
Yes,
when
of
you see guys with no lines, but they're dry and they're veiny, you're like, huh, this guy is hard, but he's not in
But you
shape.
don't see so much detail in his mid back here, though.
No. It looks to me like he didn't dry out. Maybe he tried not taking diuretics. I mean, I could just ask him, but this is what I'm assuming looking at it. Like he's lean, but he didn't dry out. Is what it looks like to me because
Very big and full, and like he didn't have this tension, but he was like the guy in fifth he was Pete Perfect, yeah. This
Yeah,
Jonathan, whatever his name was, correct? By Justin,
too
and
perfect. Yeah,
it, you saw a big difference, yeah.
you
We,
did. You did.
yeah,
What do you see now? You see the back
nothing.
double?
Still this lat spread.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you now. You gotta change it every time. Change the screen. Okay, I got you. Because the back double, yeah, same story pretty much. Yeah, it looks like watery. It looks watery, which sucks, man. Because Ken is good, man. Ken is
Oh,
good.
very excellent potential. It's
Ken is good.
crazy. He's probably a little bit sad that he couldn't display what he worked so hard for, don't you think? That's
Yeah,
probably
but
worse than the placement, don't you think? That he didn't
100%.
display what he worked for because he was a lot bigger and he had beautiful shape. And we expected him to. I expected him, honest, to be fourth, huh?
Me too. Yeah, you
Yeah.
you can't leave. You can't leave on that note. So for
No.
sure, he's gonna have to do more shows. Um, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have Joe just because I feel like he's gonna get a little tighter, and I think Joe tighter is gonna beat James. So I'm gonna go Joe, James, Regan, uh, Griff,
You're gonna have what?
Griffin. I'm gonna have Joe Palacios, James Hollingshead, Regan Grimes. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna have
have
Joe Palacio,
mhm,
James
James.
Regan
Uh-huh. Then I'm gonna have Charles, and then I think Ken can do enough to get.
to get past Patrick and that other guy that he lost by 2 spots. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Charles, I don't think his condition. If he's in Charles' condition, he beats Charles. I just don't know if he can do that in a week.
No, no, not in a week,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Griffin was yo,
Yeah,
and did you see how angry, like fired up he was, and like he wanted to win. He came to win. He didn't even
yeah.
come for no second Griffin, huh?
Do you think the judges dislike that? Do you think the judges dislike that enough? Because even with the placings, like you can be disappointed, but you kind of see it. He shows it. Do you think that the judges have an issue with that?
I think when you're that far off from winning, I think it could be a little. I don't think. I think if you're like top two, I think you think it's okay. But when you're not really in the mix to win,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
comes off because you. I didn't have him. Did you have Griffin even? Hey, Griffin beat Joe.
At the night show, I didn't see it that way, but
No,
but
me
um,
either.
but from his perspective,
Why do
I
you
could.
think? What? But why do you think they would let him beat Joe for five? Did Joe fade or something? He didn't fade that much on the
No,
stream to me that I was like, oh no.
no. The only way Griffin beats Joe is if Joe is off, like quite a bit off.
Yeah,
Like
but Joe wasn't off.
no, no,
No.
he wasn't. It wasn't a perfect peak. It wasn't his best peak, but he wasn't off enough for Griffin to beat him, in my opinion. You know, I also think I don't want the athletes to be scared of the judges. I want them to be
No.
able to, I want them to be able to express themselves. In any other sport, they can do it. I saw the Usman fight. After the fight, he like, I don't know what fight they were watching to give me 45, but okay. Like they should be able to express themselves. Don't be disrespectful. You don't have to be disrespectful, but you can disagree. Like you should be able to. You should be able to be like, okay, I think it was a little bit much because the whole time he kept like, kind of making gestures. But I don't think it should affect your placing. I think at very
No.
worst, they should talk to you and be like, "Hey, Charles, man, I get it. You're frustrated, but try to keep it cool. We want you guys to look professional." I don't think they should take it personal. Like, oh, you disagree? Okay, fuck. It shouldn't be emotional. But
Mm-mm.
also as a pro athlete, you do have to control your emotions to a bit. It's okay to get riled up here and there because it's you work hard, but we still have there's a line, fine line. Like in the '90s, sometimes they would get a little animated. I like that. Even with the patients, sometimes you would see confusion. But I think somebody or Silvio went like this. I do.
I like when people, in Mexico and in Iran, and they're
Mhm.
booing the audience, and I like that atmosphere when
I know
people
what
are
you mean.
allowed. Now, if you boo in the stage for placing, they look back. Oh, it's you. Oh, you're not coming into the next show. It's so
Yeah,
politic. Like, let us
uh-huh.
express ourselves. It's no bad feeling.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Let
I
us
said,
let
there's
us show some emotion, like a football game, like a basketball game, bro.
exactly. There's always a line that can be too far, but I think it's more entertaining. If you want a sport to grow, the emotions, there
You
has to
have
be
to
some
show
of
emotions.
exactly. It makes you that much better, bro. These people put in a lot of work. I've done so many sports in my life, and physically, yeah, there are sports that you can say is harder than bodybuilding physically, but like discipline and
Not
sacrifice
mentally, not
wise,
year-round discipline, no. Not even
there's no
close.
sport. There's no sport that takes this much sacrifice year round. It's
No,
impossible.
no sport, no.
It's about you can lock in for 3 months and go away in the other sports, but most people in other sports, I mean, they're eating what they want for the most
Yeah.
part. That you can do this sport year round. If you want to be your best, there's no off season. There's no off button. It's always on. Even your health phase, you're trying to improve. Like health phase, you're not relaxing. You're
And you're
trying
not
to,
getting any help like in NBA. You have your massage every day. You have your you
mhm.
have your real human growth hormone by doctor checking your levels.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you have a little bruise, they come and put nail polish on it, and you don't get
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
in bodybuilding. There's no health insurance here, bro.
No, yeah. So
No.
it's a different
You can't
ballgame.
even
So
get real gear sometimes. You don't even know what you're injecting, bro.
yeah, I've had some preps where I'm looking and I'm like this is not doing what
This
it
is not
usually
doing no,
does.
no.
But
Didn't
like
Nick
I'm talking
Walker
about
pull
mhm.
out because of fake gear? Wasn't that what the story was?
That was the rumor. I
Mm.
never actually asked him to know if that was true or not, just because I felt like it was my place.
Yeah.
But that's happened. That's happened a few times that people have told me that's happened to them, and it's not like they went with some brand from some guy at the gym. It's the same
No.
brands, but
Yeah.
sometimes on their way out, when the brands are like leaving, things get a
Yeah.
little.
And they put whatever in
It
it.
start
Yeah.
it starts off good, and then towards
Yeah.
the end, you kind of like so. There's always that risk. So for me, like even injectables, I try to come off of them like maybe a week or 2 weeks out, just in case
Yeah.
that mask is test probe. I
So you
don't.
don't hold water and things like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that much test that close to the show. So
So
yeah,
you're running only
I think
orals in the last 2 weeks, correct?
for the most part, I also I like to be off of test. I take out test E 6 weeks out, and then Prope probably 2 weeks out, and that's my best. That's my best looks.
But what
I've
about the
tried.
trend osteopath? You don't have the trend all the way in?
Yeah, yeah. The trend I usually add anywhere from 8 weeks to 12 weeks out. I've been bringing it less, like shorter time, shorter time, shorter time. This year, I think I added it 6 weeks out. I don't think that was a good thing. I think 8 weeks out. Eight
A
weeks
lot
out
of
is.
guys are switching the trend A to the new. What's the trend mix? Ax. What's the mix one? Not
Or E
anything.
E and Ace.
Yeah.
Some
What's the name for it?
power bowling. The one
Yeah,
in
that one
between.
is really popular right now. Everyone's asking for it.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Some people do a blend. Like usually in the
Yeah, the
U.S.,
blend one. Yeah. Yeah.
it'll be like A&E.
Why is
Honestly,
that so popular right now?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I like to mix it myself. A&E
Yeah.
for the A to kick in right away. But
Yeah.
especially if you're traveling for shows, you can just pin it and then go fly, and you don't have to pin again, right? Because if
It
it's
stays in
A,
your system. Yeah.
yeah, so a lot of people like to do that so they can keep the trend in the system without having to bring the gear or find gear, So also with the long acting trend, I don't feel the same side effect. I don't get the trend cough,
No.
and yeah, my sleep isn't as bad because I guess you're pinning every other day. You're kind
Yeah.
of doing this a little bit, whereas the E, it's kind of like here. So I do feel less side effects. So that's probably a good one. Yeah, but I'm pretty much trend master on Winnie all the way to the show, and then I even take out EQ.
Mm.
Some
Yeah.
I know guys that keeping test high, keeping GH high, until show day they're still pinning, and I'm like,
Okay.
holy shit! Like,
But
I,
should that
I, I
hold water when you're not? So when you're carbon up and all this, and you're doing all that, it won't lead to more water retention.
for me, yeah, for me, it would completely it would ruin my look. I pinned GH all the way up to show day this year just because I was so flat
You were
that
flat.
that's what I'm saying. So it made sense. It made sense, but usually the way I usually come, if I did that, I would look like shit. It's almost better to be bigger and drier than to be too lean. And because when you're actually too lean, you can lose muscle and you can't fill out.
No.
If you're dry and flat, I mean, you drink some fucking water, eat some food. So I've noticed there's least room for error if I'm keeping somebody big and hard, but not trying to get them so lean and depleted with the food.
Mm,
Basically, they're lean enough, but you're taking out everything that holds water. You
mm,
know, at that point, if they flatten out, you can add it back in or eat more. But if you're too lean, if you're depleted from being too lean, like too much cardio, too low food, you can't come back. But I usually blow up like 10 pounds the next day. Not even bad weight, just because I'm so flat and I'm a
One
taller guy.
thing, when did you finish your show? Last week?
Yeah, last week,
What
last week.
about this? You go back on your prep now. You book a flight 28th of August, Romania, 3 pro cards, Amateur Olympia. We got 4 weeks to take the pro card. You eat yourself up, get the fullness, come in peeled, and you take the pro. It's 3 pro cards. 3 pro cards
Aren't they?
per
But they,
class.
but they're like super hard over there, right? They're not as
No,
big and full.
yeah, they're
No.
they're hard, and but your shape. There's no black guys down there, bro. So you're gonna have superior shape.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it, man. But there's also the Amateur Olympia, which is kind of more
That's all
international
amateur
nowadays.
Olympia.
Oh, that one too,
Yeah, in Romania. Yeah, it's Wings of Strength, Alina Popa production.
and that's August. You said that's when?
August 28th. So that means if Joe don't win now, he can fly down to Austria. You go that with him. He wins Austria. You stay 1 week in Europe and you take the pro card there.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. the,
Yeah.
the way I look now is basically the way I should have looked on stage, which
There
is
you
like
go.
240 to 45, but uh like I'm not in any rush though neither. So I I think I just want to get bigger, bro. I want to get so big that even if I'm on the flat side, it doesn't
Are you
matter.
off the gear now? No.
No, I'm going into to rebound. I tried last year not doing the rebound and doing the health phase and then the rebound. It didn't work for me.
Mm, no.
It works for some people. For me, after the show, when my body's just like a machine and the hunger is crazy, motivation. Either you won and you're hype, you got close in
Yeah.
your hype, or you lost bad and you're hype because you lost.
You're hot.
No
Yeah.
matter what, you're gonna be motivated after the show.
Mm,
So I'm so motivated. I'm so hungry. I said, let me back off and then catch the rebound on the back end. It didn't work for me. It didn't work.
mm,
I was much more impressive doing it. I made more progress the previous year. Yeah,
mm,
to be honest, this year I didn't make as much progress out of it. I was trying everything so much more health conscious. I'm not telling people don't be healthy, but I was just doing lower gear and more cardio and keeping the heart healthy. These are all things you should do. I'm not saying you should do it, but I think I overdid it. You know, that's the thing. You start getting older. You start getting too smart. You gotta start
mm.
getting too
The
conscious.
dumber you are, the more risk you take, the higher the reward.
Exactly. When you
Yeah.
used to barely be able to breathe, you were making gains. You were making gains.
Yes.
And now
Yes.
I'm like, no, I don't want the. I'm gonna make sure everything is. And it's like you want to balance, but you go too far, then you're just healthy.
Mm. I know.
You're just
Yeah,
healthy.
you got to take some risks. If you're an investor, you want to make real money. You got to take risks. You can't. Nothing worthwhile is without risk, is it?
Exactly, exactly. So my favorite coaches is the ones when it's time to be healthy, they don't want you fucking around. Hey, this is health. Don't worry about any of this. I don't care how you look on Instagram. Be healthy. Get the health markers up. But when it's time to push, they're not shy. They're gonna
Then
push
we're
you.
pushing our doses up to 3 gram right away, yeah?
But that's why I like Compton because he's health conscious when it's time to be health conscious.
Yeah.
But when it's time to get big, he's
It's
not pulling
time to go
punches.
big. No, it's not.
Yeah, and his guys are healthy, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, you can do that. I think when the coaches all year long, everything is health. It's kind of like, yeah, but I got to kind of get big, bro. Like it's not gonna, my blood pressure it's not gonna be the same at 300, but you're only there for what, 2 months. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
The last thing before I gotta go, I just want to say that I'm really, really happy with what Joe did to start the hype for Atlanta, for Tampa. Watching it
Mhm.
from another continent, I've never seen so much hype for a regular show that we saw for Tampa. It was like the good old days, and it was all because of Joe. The way he was talking, the way he was doing interviews, the confidence he had, he wasn't afraid to back down. It led the other guys, Ken, Patrick Moore, Griffin, to talk, and it made Tampa show of the year for the smaller shows. Correct? It was like, and it's all because if Joe wouldn't have started it, it would never have started. So Joe
Right.
really did a great job, and I don't think he lost any like, oh, look at he didn't win, or
No, no.
because he's a much bigger name now, and it was close with James. That could have, no one really thought he was going to beat Nick anyway, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah, but him and James, it could have gone either way. Huh? Could have.
100%. Yeah, I think everything he did was a net positive, and I felt like he bought it. I felt like he did buy
Yeah.
it. Like I said, it wasn't his best peak. He came in a lot bigger, so he did improve. He's gonna nail his peak now, which is great. But what he did for that show, I mean, Tim Gardner should be cutting him a check,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you
he was
know,
selling pay-per-views, man, more than Nick just coming in. Because if it wasn't for him,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. But people here were buying pay per views. These are people, I know these people. These are not real bodybuilding fans, but because
no.
Joe is popular everywhere at this point, but Joe
Yeah.
is even more popular here, obviously
Yeah.
in California. So people are buying it because of Joe, literally because of Joe.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's a net positive. And listen, Joe is a realist. Joe is very confident. Joe always trains to win. When he was natural, he was training to win, right?
Mm.
So he's not. Yes, he said, I can beat Nick, but he's not. He knows that Nick is probably going to beat him, right? But he knows that if he doesn't go after it this way, he won't even be close.
No.
So I hope people understand that that's how athletes at that level. Same way Nick feels that he's going to win Olympia,
Mm.
right? He was six last year. Do you say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm just training for fun"? No, Nick. What did Nick say
No.
after the show? I'm gonna win the O,
Really, really bad.
right?
And he
If he
could.
doesn't,
I don't think it's gonna happen, but he could. There's
yeah, that's what I'm
five,
saying.
6 guys there are very close. Yeah.
But that's the point. That's how you should always approach it. Imagine if Nick is like, let me see if I can break into the top four. It's like,
Mm.
what? So same way that Joe approached that, that's the way Nick, that's why everybody who's in that mix should 100% approach that way. So I hope people don't think, I don't think people think this. I hope people don't think that he was being cocky or he was being, no, he always showed respect to Nick the whole time. And he wanted to be in that position, and it worked. In my opinion, this is not a loss in any way. Nobody, most people didn't actually think he was going to beat Nick, but we knew that he was going to be able to stand next to him, and him and James did that. So I think it's a net positive, and it really pushed the competition. If not, it would have just been, oh, Nick is gonna win, and nobody would have been talking about it. Oh yeah, of course Nick is gonna win. But okay, next story. But it made it something bigger, which it was fun. It was really fun. But
Before we go, let's see the most muscular shot.
mine.
Yeah, of course. You're in contest shape, bro. What do you mean? You're in contest condition. Yeah. Let's see the front double. Yeah. Looking great. Yeah, looking big and in shape. Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
That
Thank
way
you,
it's
brother.
good to be. Isn't it good to be alive and be juiced up and have a bodybuilding show and have clients? You're living the life, huh?
Man, I love that you said that because we don't take time to appreciate it. People, everybody can't do this, but I have friends. I'm like, bro, you should compete, and they're like, bro, I don't, I don't have the time and money, bro. I'm like, I'm working all day, and I'm like, fuck. He's like, how much? I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty. How much? He was asking me how much is the hotel. I'm like, and I'm saying, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty fucking expensive. And it's like we have to take it for a blessing. Bro, even if we're getting dead last, bro, you're getting to do what you love for a living. Like you said, you're this is not gonna be forever. We're not gonna be this big and shredded forever. You're getting to do this. This is so much fun, bro. I love it, and I want to try to appreciate it more, especially when I'm hungry and tired and shit. Boy, this is great, bro. I love it. I love being in the
Great
industry.
feeling, especially when I go to the gym. Some of my people that I went to school with, are you still training? Are you still eat? Yes, of course. Like it's great. It makes us men, correct? You feel
Exactly.
great,
Yeah.
you know.
100%. If I stop competing tomorrow, bro, nothing changes, bro.
No, things changing. No,
Nothing changed. I'm still, maybe a little less GH,
yeah, a little bit.
but, but
You
like,
you you go down the GH, but you up the test, yeah, because you wanna. Yeah.
but we really love this. And yes, okay, can there be some negativity here and there? Yes, but
Yes.
at the end of the day, I know a lot more great people in this sport
Yeah.
than I know bad people, and I'm blessed to be friends with a lot of these people, and I think it's a great industry, and I think we have to keep that in mind and
Yeah.
not always not appreciate it until it's going to be done one day. One day we're going to be done.
Yeah.
So this is fun, man. AJ, you're probably my favorite guy in the sport when it comes to media. It comes from
Mhm.
the heart. I've been following you. I mean, since the MD days, way
Oh, that
back,
was
and it's
crazy
always
days, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I remember everybody. We love the excitement. We're like, this guy loves this shit because that's how
Yeah.
we feel. That's how
Yeah.
we feel, and you show it. You're not too cool for school. Like, yeah, you show it. You get into it, and I think you're great for the sport, man. I think you're great for the
Because
sport,
when
and
you
hopefully you stick
see
around.
everyone's training, but when you see someone who's like 2'7", like Joe, when you see someone that's out of this world size with condition, this is you can't buy that. This is real art, you know. So they deserve respect because we all wish we could look like that level, you know.
100%. And it's like I encourage people to actually go to the shows because, like you
Yeah.
said, when you see it in front of you, and Andrew Jack walks through the crowd and he's hitting the most muscular, you're not gonna sit there and be like, he needs to be harder. He needs to be,
Look at the
yeah,
legs, or oh,
glutes.
there's a little
Oh boy.
distension there, or come on, who cares, man?
At that point, you're like the last place guy walks out, and you're like, "Whoa, look at this good guy! Look at this guy, Daniel Manson, I think his name was, right?
Daniel
I don't know where.
Manson,
Yeah, he worked at Compton. I don't know where the fuck he placed. He's a
mm,
fucking freak.
freak, yeah,
I don't know what call out he got, but he looking at him. These guys are freaks, man,
yeah,
and we really gotta appreciate them, man. You
yeah.
go see them in person. Don't just judge from the pictures, man. This is insane if you see it. So,
Yeah.
AJ,
Go out and watch some wellness girls too. They're pretty impressive lately. Have you seen the wellness girls live, bro? Buddha
the
boom, huh?
wellness girl,
Crazy
yeah.
size now, huh?
I remember me and Ken got into a debate about that a little early on with the wellness because I was seeing these girls in person. So a lot of
Yeah.
people felt like they had implants and this and that.
Oh no. Oh, you.
The ones winning though, very
Yeah.
little percent that at the bottom do that.
Yeah.
But the top girls, when you see them, they're not flexing their glutes because they don't want to look too
No.
hard. They have striations down their glutes, and I'm like, that's
They're
muscle.
very
Like how
feminine looking and like they got everything done, hair, nails, lips, tits, whatever you want. Everything is done, huh?
that's like extreme perfection, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's extreme, but you're looking at it and be like, you know how impressive that is to build your
Mhm.
body like that. Your
Yeah.
ass is huge and shredded. How the fuck
And small waist, you know?
how do you do this? And it's so unbelievable that you like I don't even believe, but it's extremely impressive. That's like hyper feminine, in my opinion, right? It's not like it's hyper feminine, like the most exaggerated expression of femininity, and
Mhm.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool, you know. AJ, you the man, man. We got to do more of
Okay.
these wrap ups,
Yeah,
and
let me know.
you know, sounds good, brother. You already
Bye
know,
bye.
man.